877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
No paint, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Another key meeting on the summit sidelines. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Biden about to meet in California with Mexico's president, wrapping up a trip to an Asia-Pacific economic summit as his poll numbers on the U.S. economy remain low in a new Fox News poll.
Only 17% of voters in our latest Fox News poll say the economy's in good shape. A whopping 78% rate the economy as only fair or poor.
Fox Business's Grady Trimble, Republican presidential hopefuls, spending a lot of time in Iowa.
In about 60 days, you all will pick who is going to be the next commander-in-chief.
Vivek Ramaswamy looking ahead to the Iowa caucuses, which will kick off primary season. He's one of several candidates taking part in a forum in Des Moines later today. A warning to dog owners about a potentially deadly respiratory illness that is spreading.
The illness starts with a cough, and veterinarians say it could be mistaken for a normal case of kennel cough, with other symptoms like loss of appetite, runny nose, lethargy, and a low fever. But while kennel cough usually clears up in 7 to 10 days, the new mysterious illness could hang on for weeks and could even lead to pneumonia, which can quickly become deadly.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The mystery illness began circulating in Oregon a few months ago and can be resistant to antibiotics. It's also highly contagious, raising concern it could spread more quickly among dogs boarded over the holidays. Elon Musk, who bought X when it was still Twitter, is losing advertisers over concern about their ads showing up next to hate speech and pro-Nazi content. IBM stopping its ads on X, along with Apple, Oracle, and others. The European Union pausing its ads and on other social media platforms, too. Meantime, the White House criticizing Musk for his posts responding to a user who accused Jews of hating white people. America is listening to Fox News.
At Simply Safe Home Security, your safety is the only thing that matters. That's why you get 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day, because every home deserves to be protected. Right now, get 50% off the whole home security system named the best of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. Visit simplysafe.com/radio to save big today. Advanced Home Security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Say goodbye to the mild temperatures for now. The cold front is through. The northwest wind is back. Partly sunny skies will be down to about 49 degrees by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Tonight, clear and cold. It dropped through the 40s this evening. 28 for the low. Saturday, sunny and nice, 55. Sunday, partly sunny, 58. Shot of rain Monday and Tuesday, then much colder air coming in for Thanksgiving. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to ensure you maximize your investment. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, Board and Batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. They also carry Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today. sidingexpress.com.
Mark Cox here for Hampton Manor of Wentzville, the area's newest senior living community, just off Highway 70 north of the Lake St. Louis exit and across from SSM St. Joseph Hospital. This is resort-style living without the resort-style price, a single-story community in a brand-new building, easily accessible, and run by a man whose motto is, "It's their turn, to be spoiled. Check out Hampton Manor of Wentzville at wentzvilleassistedliving.com.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and wondering how long your money will last? Are you also sick of worrying about losing your life savings in the next market crash? I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw. As a family business, we are committed to protecting your retirement, whether you're nearing retirement or already retired. Let us build your own personalized structured income plan, which will show you how much income you can receive in retirement, but more importantly, it will show you how long your money will last. Stop wondering if you have enough to retire comfortably.
Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. We'll teach you the strategies you won't hear from your broker or banker. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping our clients retire with confidence for the past 37 years. Let us help you. So go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Boy Next Door or Handsome Stranger. You don't have to choose because Pluto TV has all your rom-com favorites, all for free. It's TV the way it should be. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com or call us toll-free at 888-367-6512.
This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy Friday. Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon. I'm very excited tonight. My family is going to go to the Polar Express at Union Station. And we've done this before, and my son has recollections of doing the Polar Express from when he was a little boy. We haven't gone for a while. I think he might be twice the size as the last time that we went on the Polar Express. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to start the show by talking about Joe Manchin because Joe Manchin is very much so flirtatious with the idea of running for president. I don't know if he's actually going to do it. And I've been saying this the entire time where people are asking him, like, would you consider running for president? He never says, no, I wouldn't. But who would? If you're being swarmed by people who are like, would you like to be the most powerful man in the world? And you're like, no, not me. I'm not interested in that at all. Of course he's going to say yes. Of course he's going to entertain that conversation. And now he's in a position where he can have this discussion in a way that if he says something the Democratic Party doesn't really love, it's not really going to hurt him in any capacity because he's not running again for Senate in West Virginia.
Well, first of all, we don't know on Super Tuesday who the two candidates may be on the Democrat and Republican side. But right now, I guess all odds are they will be Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And I'm as honest as I can be with you, Brett. I believe that Donald Trump being elected again would destroy democracy as we know it. I'm concerned. I'm very scared because, you know, he's already said what he would do. He's going to use the power of the office for revenge. He's going to basically, he doesn't believe that the only election, what he believes is the only fair election is the one he won. And he doesn't believe in the rule of law to where the law only pertains to everybody but him. It's a horrible situation, and I'm scared of that. That would destroy our country as I know it. And Joe Biden is not the person, when he came there, saying, I know how it works. I can bring the country together. I'm a centrist. Well, he's pulled clear far to the left.
Man, Manchin is speaking to a lot of people in this country who feel that way about Joe Biden. There's a lot of people who feel that way about Donald Trump as well. Are there enough people out there that he could legitimately win the presidency should he run on a third-party ticket? Well, that's the YouTube live chat poll for today. Come say hi on the Annie Frey YouTube chat and leave a comment and tell us hello and vote in the poll for today's live broadcast. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? So if you leave that someone else vote, we want to know for sure who you pick. And if you voted for Biden, Trump, or Manchin, we want to know why you think that that's the way that it's going to shake out. Now, I understand that there are people who think, well, Annie, how do you know it's going to be Trump? Or how do you know it's going to be Joe Biden? These are just the two leaders right now. And when I first started writing this poll question, I had who wins, Democrat, Republican, Manchin, or someone else. And in my mind, all of that shifts around if the Democrat is Biden and the Republican is Trump. If it's Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis and Joe Manchin and someone else, I think it looks dramatically different. So I had to pick a lane, and I went with the one that we are currently driving in. Here's Clay Travis on Newsom.
You'll know that Kamala is getting super nervous, Jesse, when one thing happens. When she starts to accuse him of being sexist and racist. Remember, the only thing that Kamala did before she dropped out, before a single vote was cast, that actually got attention during her entire presidential campaign was called Joe Biden a racist.
Right.
And to her credit, Dr. Jill Biden didn't want her to be vice president because of that. And that makes some sense to me, but it will be amazing to see the identity politics-laden Democrat Party figure out why the first black woman to be vice president gets jumped over by a white guy to be the nominee, either in 24 or 28.
I mean, and in 2020, that's a question that I continue to have here, is the demographically based voting blocks of the Democrat base. When you elevate Kamala Harris to the position of vice president on that ticket, but then you put the oldest, whitest guy, the most establishment white dude that comes out of Washington, D.C., has spent all of his time in Washington, D.C., and really flip-flopping on a whole host of issues. The same person that Kamala Harris herself accused of some pretty horrific things, including racism, on the debate stage when they were both running for president. How does the Democratic Party reconcile a Joe Biden top of the ticket with Kamala Harris if that is what is most important to them? Which makes me think it's not really what's most important to them. It's important enough to scoop up votes that they think that they're going to be able to get by having that type of a mentality. I did hear Clay Travis say last night on one of his, I think it was with Jesse Waters, I think, but was talking about the ticket being one of that includes Michelle Obama. And if you're thinking that's not possible, please tell us, because I need to be talked off the ledge. That's an unbeatable race. And if Michelle Obama walks into that political ticket and decides to throw her hat in the ring, again, the entire game changes. I do think a Joe Manchin run for president, though, does have strong impact. I know RFK Jr. is in the race as well. I think Joe Manchin will have more of an impact than an RFK Jr. will have. And if you have both of those in there, Cornel West, Jill Stein for the Green Party. I don't even know what party Cornel West is representing, but if you have the two main parties represented by two people whose unfavorable ratings are underwater, both of them are, in Biden and Trump, there are going to be people who would traditionally go to vote if it's just Biden and Trump. There are people who are going to go vote only down ticket. There are going to be people who are going to say, I can't vote for either one of these guys. I'm not voting. That exists. When you put a Manchin on the ticket, when you put an RFK Jr. on the ticket, all of a sudden people start showing up because they can do the whole voting thing because they care about voting, and they don't sit out the down ticket ballots as well. So I think that something that people won't be thinking about as much as they should going into this is these extra people, RFK Jr., Manchin specifically, should they be, formidable opponents on that ticket in the same way Ross Perot was, in the same way, ask Hillary Clinton, Jill Stein was in 2016. I think you go vote for Joe Manchin, you're probably still voting for the Democrat representative or senator. in your state. You might be voting for Democrat county people, and that ends up bringing more people over down ticket to the left. There are no people running third party right now that really give Republican voters an alternative. Certainly not on policy. Maybe on personality, if there's some part of you that thinks that RFK Jr. running is a sidestep of a Donald Trump vote. If those people are, I don't know those people. I don't understand who is going to go vote for RFK Jr., who doesn't like the Democratic Party. And I keep hearing that somehow or another RFK Jr. is going to hurt Trump more than Biden. So we want to know what you think. Go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? Brad, if Manchin steps in, what are not necessarily on this poll specifically, but what do you think is the greatest implication? Could he win?
I don't think he can. I don't think he can win, but I think that he can move the needle a lot. And I think what it becomes is almost like a protest vote for people who are sick and tired of the way things are going with. You either have to vote for somebody that, this is for the middle of the country, mind you, somebody that is Donald Trump or somebody that is Joe Biden, who represents something that is far left of what he presented himself as in the campaign. I think a lot of people voted for Joe Biden with the thought that this man would be a moderate, he would return us to normalcy, and it's just like Clay Travis said, this dude has been on the left sideline, just as far left as you can go. And I don't think that Joe Biden himself is as far left as you can go. I think Joe Biden is mostly a hollow shell, and he just is a cup that people pour into ideology, and he's like, I'll say whatever you tell me to say, just let me be president.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
There's one other character.
I have friends who support Trump. I have friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come
on.
on.
No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes, and they're progressive.
Right.
Ooh, that's a ringing endorsement for Joe Biden, is it? Joe Rogan says, really? They support Biden? And it's not that The Rock says, well, they support the party. He laughs, and you can hear him visibly sitting back in his chair going, whoa. I meant the party, not really so much Joe Biden. That's amazing to me that comment would be made that way. And, the Trump part there, when The Rock says I have friends that support Donald Trump, every single time a celebrity like that puts even the slightest chip or crack in the damn wall, you heard what I said. The floodgates are about to open. Man, I don't know about you, Ryan Wiggins, but in our family, if we pass a dam, there are damn jokes.
Oh, yeah.
For the rest of the ride, wherever we're going.
It's like Vegas Vacation, that whole scene.
Yeah. It doesn't stop. And the kids are very amused by it. We are very amused by it.
I'm always like, Levy.
Nothing like
not
a damn joke.
Damn kids.
Oh, no, we're not. We're like, that is a damn right there. And then they just chuckle, but they know what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
What do you think? Manchin gets in. A, can he win? B, what's the effect? What's the ripple?
Yeah, what's weird is that in an election that would be Trump, Biden, Manchin, I don't know that he would win, but I think that would be the best chance a third party could have.
Yeah. Has ever had.
Yeah, and Manchin would be that guy. I do believe, like more than RFK even would be, Manchin would be the guy that maybe could be the Ross Perot who won. I don't know. We'll see. But this isn't that election. There are too many other third-party candidates
right now,
and RFK, is polling fairly well for a third party. Cornel West is in there, like you said, Jill Stein. I don't know exactly who's representing what anymore, but
she's green.
She's green, but I thought he was going to be green, so I don't know where he's at anymore.
Who?
Cornel West. Anyway, with all of those candidates in, Manchin will have an impact. It will be detrimental more to Biden than anybody because there are so many choices that Trump's base, I think, Brad, you said this yesterday. We were just kind of hanging out in the office doing whatever post-show stuff, and you're like, who this would benefit the most is to have tons of candidates that probably benefits Trump the most. I'd have to agree with that. Trump's base is very, very tight.
Just like the primary.
Uh-huh. and Biden's is not. And just like The Rock said there, Biden's not pulling the base in the way that he needs to survive a 5-6 candidate race. So I would say the Manchin effect would benefit Trump overall.
Cornel West is not. He left the Green Party. He's an independent.
So he's still running.
He's just just not. Jill Stein is running under the Green Party. I'd love to know what you all think about this. So the poll is who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent, Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else. Let's see here. Patrick said, I voted other. I'm all in on DeSantis. No more 80-year-old senile guys, please. How old is Joe Manchin? He's not.
That's a good question. He's not young.
I would bet he's young. I would bet he's young 70s.
You are
76.
Yep, right on it.
Yeah, he was the governor of West Virginia until 2010. I guess I recall that now. I said on this show before he even said he wasn't running for, I think I said this like a year ago that he should run for president and he could win. Not that he's I'm not endorsing him. Don't write me. Don't at me. But that if he threw his hat in the ring, you could see a scenario where people are so disgusted with Joe Biden and still so disgusted and blinded by hatred of Donald Trump that a Joe Manchin could pull that out. But then it goes to the Electoral College. It's really quite something to think about how our founding fathers set up our electoral system. Let us know what you think. Go into the Frey YouTube channel and give us your thoughts. A couple other comments here. GWib said, Manchin will pull from both parties, but more from the Dems. So Trump wins. Ripper says, I said Trump wins, but depends on a conviction. That's a good question. And then that's an Ask Me Anything. That's a good plug right now. We'll do Ask Me Anything at 125 if you got questions you want us to ask. Go put them on the comments there as well. #AMA, and we will get to them at 125. We'll be right back.
I hitched a ride with a vending machine repairman. He said he's been down this road.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
He was high on intellectualism. I've never been there, but the brochure looks nice. Jump in, let's go. Lay back, enjoy the show. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. These are the days when anything goes.
So the Jewish Federation in St. Louis here is working to give you an opportunity so you can be a part of a solution. Watching the images and reading the news stories and seeing the headlines of what is taking place in Israel right now is heart-breaking. It is gut-wrenching. And I have a solution for you, at least on how you can step into the fray and be a part of something bigger. Go online to jfedstl.org. That's jfedstl.org and donate. Donate what you can. You don't have to overstep your boundaries, but if there's an extra dollar you got to share, every dollar donated at jfedstl.org will go to saving lives and providing support in Israel. We need to show the world that we aren't afraid, that we stand with Israel, and we need to demand the safe return of these hostages. As stories continue to unfold about the situations these hostages are in. Just recently, one was found that did not make it. We need to be a part of a solution. Every dollar of your gift at jfedstl.org will go to legitimate, established, on-the-ground humanitarian nonprofits who are saving lives, rebuilding infrastructure, and providing trauma relief. Be a part of it. Go to jfedstl.org.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
The vote is in. STL Today has certified the result. Onderlaw has been voted 2023's best law firm in St. Louis.
When you're injured, call Onderlaw at 314 or 618-9000000.
Mark Cox here. Join me next spring on a beautiful trip to Italy. This is going to be great. We're going to fly into Rome. We are going to get on a bus and travel south to the Abbey of Monte Cassino, maybe Italy's best kept secret. It looks like something out of a picture book. We'll visit Puglia. We'll go to Caserta. We're going to spend several days in Sorrento. You'll have an opportunity to visit the ruins in Pompeii, and then Positano, which is on the Amalfi Coast and absolutely one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. I can tell you, my wife and I have been there, and we can't wait to go back. You can even take a high-speed jet foil over to the Isle of Capri, which has some tremendous historic Roman ruins on it that you can visit while you're there. $53.67 a person. That includes your airfare from the St. Louis area. Call them toll-free at 888-733-9494. That's 888-733-9494 or conservativetours.com.
For years, every once in a while, I would mention to save my name. That's Bart Inman and my number in your phone in case or when, because we know it's going to happen, when your furnace or your air conditioner breaks. But when they do save it, they do call me. And when they call me, it was the biggest time I say call me, not just when it breaks down, but if you're told that you need new and you call me, after that, you slow everything up, you'll be shocked on the percentages. It's probably over 90% you don't need new. So call me, Missouri and Illinois. One easy number, 314-293-2600. That's Bart Inman, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600, or internet. It's bartinman.com. Now that's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com.
The only person who can change your life is you, but you need to know how. Listen to my show, The Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins.
Listen to The Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
Replacing your windows should be stress-free and add value to your home. Infinity from Marvin Windows are your best choice. Made with Ultrex fiberglass, 8 times stronger than vinyl, low maintenance and available in many colors. And we leave your home spotless. Schedule your free design consultation by calling Lakeside Renovation and Design at 636-978-5000 or online at lakesiderenovationanddesign.com.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 54 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules. 97.1 FM Talk. You're here. Not because of a label, but because conservative ideas actually work. St. Louis is home for conservative talk. This is 97.1 FM Talk. You're listening to the Annie Frey Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Eugene, we've got numbers, economic numbers that China would kill for. Yeah. I mean, literally kill for. that the Europeans would absolutely love. We're doing so much better than most in the world, and yet I don't know why is it not getting through to the American people?
We've got economic numbers that China would kill for. Literally is what they said. Is this on? It says Scarborough here. That didn't sound like Scarborough. He's listening to the Mexican president. That didn't sound like Joe Scarborough.
No, actually, first thing I thought was that it might be Scarborough.
I sounded like he was in the background.
Like he had a cold or something.
I think he was interviewing somebody. I'm not sure, but you know, you hear the people from the left, the Biden administration, pushing Bidenomics so much, and this is the sentiment that is perplexing them. Why isn't it getting through to the American people? And maybe you need to turn that around. Why isn't what the American people are experiencing getting through to you? And is there anything you can do about it? Is there any way that you can recalibrate the system so that you have more people first? Because it is so like big Democrat government to be forcing your policies on the people of your country and being like, Come on, stooges. Why don't you understand that what we're doing for you is so amazing? Don't you love this? Don't you experience the greatness of what we're doing from a leadership standpoint at every turn? Why aren't you thanking us? Well, the reality of the situation is everything is more expensive right now. Interest rates are through the roof. We have an enormous amount of division in our country right now, more than you could have dreamt of. Yes, and I am talking about y'all who remember the Trump 2020 summer of love when he was still the president of the United States. We have never, ever we've never been healed from that, and we have never made progress from that in a way where we are more united. Because that's the thing, folks. Their goal, while they say uniting, while they say they want to bring us together, so that we can have this kind of harmonious sensibility about our daily culture, it's not really about bringing people together. It's about making the people who dissent from what they approve shut up. And so that the percentage of people who are talking out loud and articulating themselves on social media, on the news, on through media, like entertainment media, the people who get the platforms and the spotlight, they're all saying the same thing. Sure sounds united to me. But if you're somebody who wants to say something differently, if you're somebody who doesn't see it that way, they push you in a corner and make sure that now's your time to shut your mouth. And people aren't doing that because this is America. That's not what we do in America. We don't keep our mouths shut. There are more people now who are speaking up about the experience of what it's like to be in this country right now. Did you pull the what's-his-face that I retweeted today? I don't know. It was so foul. I don't know if we could even play it. I know we can't play it off Twitter. What's his name? He's always angry, and he only swears, and he hates Donald Trump.
Michael Rappaport.
Yes.
No, I did not pull
What
that.
is he?
He's an actor.
Is he?
Well, he used to be. I don't know if he's in a
What
whole lot
has he
anymore.
done? I mean, I'm sure Michael Rappaport's like, who's this little lady in St. Louis? What has she done? And I'm going to be like, 4 children, and it's my pride and joy. It may not be impressive to you, but it is to me. What has he done? Why do we care?
I don't know that he was in something recently that's getting a little bit of attention.
This is making my point.
Yeah.
He's amplified because he's saying the right things.
Well, he's saying the approved things.
Right.
But he just said last night, and I don't know if it's even worth the effort to censor it because it's so foul. But he goes on a little tirade. You can go go watch it on my Twitter feed at Annie Frey Show. I just looked at Twitter, and Jack Posobiec just put up a tweet of a Roomba with a Joe Biden face on it, just moving around a room. If you go to at Annie Frey Show, you can see it and you can listen to it. He is the eye of the storm for Trump derangement syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
He wakes up and breathes in his oxygen through a I hate Donald Trump ventilator. It's like that is how he makes it through the day, is to exemplify his TDS for people. And his rant that he put up yesterday or whenever it was is about how much things are awful right now. And he's like, this is the way it's going to be. A vote for Trump is on the table. And then the video ended. So maybe he took himself out. I don't know. But I mean, one of the biggest Trump haters that I know of from a social media standpoint, I don't know what he acts in. There are a lot of very successful, very, very talented people doing things that I don't know about. That doesn't make them less talented. So I'm not going to disparage his talent in whatever his profession is. But he's in my life because he hates Donald Trump. And he said here in the last 24 hours on Twitter that it's crazy enough out there right now that if it's Biden and Trump, Trump's on the table. We played the clip from The Rock in the last segment when Joe Rogan questions him because he says, yeah, I've got friends who like Trump. I've got friends who support Biden. And Rogan says, you've got friends who support Biden. He's like, well, I have friends who support the Democratic Party. But he laughed first and he recoiled from the thought like, oh my gosh, I disparaged my friends by saying they support Joe Biden. Usually that happens when people suggest that about Donald Trump. I don't know what's happening right now, and I am not holding my breath for it to have the legs to to basically culminate in what I want to have happen, because it seems like if I want it to happen, it's the surest way for it not to happen. But what I see, what is the most likely outcome of what is taking place right now, going back to that clip from Joe Scarborough's show, we've got economic numbers China would kill for. Why isn't it getting through the American people? What's happening here is the scapegoat of this whole scenario is Joe Biden. They put it all in the Joe Biden camp. Joe Biden is going to exit the stage at some approved point in time, and they're going to put in the heir apparent so that they can move on and have a fresh face. And I don't know that Donald Trump fares too well against anybody else that they put up, save one, Kamala Harris. I think Donald Trump can beat Joe Biden. I think Donald Trump can beat Kamala Harris. I don't think he beats Gavin Newsom. I don't think he beats Joe Manchin if Joe Manchin became the Democratic nominee. That makes me nervous. I think Nikki Haley does. I think Ron DeSantis does.
Yeah.
YouTube live chat poll for today is, who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? I mean, how much more big government leftist progressive can we get than everything is great? Understand. And if you don't understand, you're just too stupid to understand. Like, we've said this before. These people don't think that they're screwing up the economy. They don't think they're screwing up the culture or the country. They just know that you don't understand why it needs to be this way. They've done this for your own good. And if you don't get it right now, in time, you will. And if you don't then that's cute.
Scarborough out here talking about how it's just a messaging problem. All the things you're experiencing. That, you know what the problem is we're just not, we in the mainstream media, I know we hold most of the levers of power and can control the narrative pretty much across the board, but we're just not doing a good enough job of explaining to you idiots that your life is better now than it was a couple years ago.
The reason it's not breaking through is because those numbers are bunk. I mean, they're just numbers on a piece of paper. What people understand and what they realize is when they go to the grocery store to buy something, it costs more money. Whenever they go out to eat, it costs more money. Whenever they go to get a loan on a house, the interest rate is higher. Whenever they go to buy a new car, the cost of a new car or a used car is higher. They can't find, like, they are literally arguing against a reality that people experience every day. And doesn't matter how loud you shout it, if the person goes to the grocery store and it's more expensive and stuff that costs $2 now costs $5, they're going to notice it, and things aren't going to be good because they want their dollar to stretch and they're seeing it shrink.
Scarborough basically acknowledging that they can't overcome reality. No matter how hard we try, for some reason, we can't overcome what you're experiencing on a daily basis.
We can't underestimate in that instance how much alternative independent media is different now than it was in 2020 and certainly in 2016. The stranglehold, like, if we talk about the mainstream media, that's not even a really correct application anymore for what CNN and MSNBC are. I mean, News Nation is out there. Every once in a while, I see Chris Cuomo out there. He's the news guy, right?
News Nation, yeah.
I wish I could get them straight. Every once in a while I see him out there and he's doing something or saying something. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I want to get him on the show. I've sent you a couple times, like, let's talk to Chris
I'm
Cuomo.
working on it.
Yeah, let's go. Get News Nation on here and let's talk to Chris Cuomo. I know that there are a lot of people who do what I do who would want the opportunity to bring Chris Cuomo on here so that you could call him Fredo and see like how mad you could get him. I want to charm him. I want to find common ground with Chris Cuomo. I'm not moving from my principles, but I want to see like what little things for a guy like Chris Cuomo or others, I'm using him as an example, can I get onto the show and say like, where is the common ground? Because I am dead set on proving that we have common ground with people. That if you emphasize it, if you make the choice to focus on it, you can actually make more inroads than you will ever, like having my moment in the sun to really give Chris Cuomo the business on the Annie Frey show in St. Louis, Missouri. And just like, yay me. I don't need it. I don't need it. I want to spread love and kindness.
Yeah. SIUE playing Duke.
Huh?
Like playing up, basically.
SIU's D1.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
You're going to kind of crap on my
No,
alma mater
I'm not.
here.
You know what? I take it all back.
You should.
I love SIUE.
Let's crap on Mizzou. Just kidding.
That's going to be harder to do.
Just kidding, people. Yeah, they just came back from a 20-point deficit. I think it was last night. I saw it on Twitter, which bothers me because I'm a huge Illini fan. And we played very well. Was it? I watched the game.
They Marquette?
Yeah, it was Marquette. They're 4 seed. We were 23.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think we ended up losing by 7 or 11. This is when I was on my headphones listening to Theo Von interview corners. So
at a 7-Eleven.
I don't know why, but that game seemed very dark to me. No, we weren't at a 7-Eleven. It was a podcast, you goofus. I didn't see Theo Von at a 7-Eleven standing over a dead body
I'm saying you're
asking
at a
the corner
7-Eleven,
questions.
and so you just assumed, he must be losing by 7 or 11.
You got a minute?
Because that would be amazing.
No, it sounded like you were
Oh
implying.
my gosh, I'm listening to you right now.
Walked up on a crime scene, and Theo Von did too, and was like, podcast?
We have the same Slurpee.
I don't even know. I don't even know. Give us your Ask Us Anything questions. We'd like to feature them at the 125 segment. Leah is watching those as they come through on the comments. Also, come on and say hi to Leah in the comments. She works her tail off as we're putting the show together, and she is going to be playing X's and O's as a contestant at 2:05 against her father. This is exciting. We're looking forward to having Leah's dad in here to face off against Leah, and I don't know, maybe we'll have some shenanigans today. I don't know what's going to happen. Go vote in the YouTube live chat poll. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? We'll be right back.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
So Classic Kitchen Refacing, online at classickitchenrefacing.com. You can call them at 314-739-1730, but I've kind of undersold this part of what they do. First of all, the drastic savings in your kitchen remodel when you choose Classic Kitchen Refacing, it's very impactful. If you've been thinking about that new kitchen, give Classic Kitchen Refacing an opportunity to bid out your project, because you're going to go, oh, okay, now I see. Now I get it. They instead of replacing the cabinets, they refinish the cabinets. They make them look brand new with new pulls, new hinges, everything, every detail they can help you take care of. But here's the part that's really special. Everything looks new and fresh in just 3 to 5 days. I don't know why I haven't been talking about this more. 3 to 5 days versus a complete kitchen remodel can take weeks or potentially months. When Classic Kitchen Refacing comes in to remodel your kitchen, you are going to have that new kitchen by the weekend in some cases, depending on when you start. They're family owned and operated, and they are absolutely dedicated to quality. 314-739-1730. They're located in St. Anne. Give them a call. Tell them Annie sent you. Go online to classickitchenrefacing.com.
Hi, this is Brian with Velocity Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 314-782-3333. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition and any price range in the St. Louis area. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that needs updating, but you don't have the time or money for it? Great, because I love buying outdated houses. I buy vacant houses, job relocation houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 314-782-3333. That's 314-782-3333.
How would you like to come home to a bartender who will fix you any cocktail you want? I'll have an old-fashioned.
I'll have a margarita.
Now you can with the Bartesian Home Cocktail Maker. Bartesian is a sleek machine the size of a coffee maker that makes premium cocktails at the touch of a button. Choose from over 50 different cocktails, from classics to the most exotic premium cocktails served in the best bars today. You'll always get freshly mixed, perfectly balanced cocktails with the Bartesian Cocktail Maker. And now, get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever at bartesian.com/sips. Entertaining? The Bartesian is ideal for parties. No need to stock all kinds of individual mixers for complicated recipes. Every guest gets the cocktail of their choice in seconds. The Bartesian makes a wonderful gift for anyone who loves a fine premium cocktail. Now get Bartesian's best Black Friday deal ever. It's available right now only at bartesian.com/sips. That's BARTESIAN.com/sips for Bartesian's best deal ever. Only at bartesian.com/sips.
Mark Cox here for Hampton Manor of Wentzville, the area's newest senior living community, just off Highway 70 north of the Lake St. Louis exit and across from SSM St. Joseph Hospital. This is resort-style living without the resort-style price, a single-story community in a brand-new building, easily accessible, and run by a man whose motto is, "It's their turn to be spoiled." Check out Hampton Manor of Wentzville at wentzvilleassistedliving.com. Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? I'm Dr. Nick Barnes of Health from Within Family Chiropractic. Our simple 5-step approach aligns your health naturally. We correct spinal abnormalities to maximize nerve supply, focus on pure and simple nutrition, exercise and oxygen, mindset, and minimizing toxins in your body. Transform your health today with Health from Within, conveniently located on Manchester in Rock Hill or online at healthfromwithinstl.com.
Just a reminder to get your questions in for Ask Me Anything. You log into the Annie Frey YouTube page and you hashtag your question with AMA. We will get to those here in a few minutes, probably not this next segment, but the one after or the one after that. YouTube live chat poll. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? Let us know your thoughts on that poll as well. The time is 12:45. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
The voice for hardworking, free-thinking Americans.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
You're listening to 97.1 FM Talk. This is the Annie Frey Show.
Well, Pam thinks Jesus is on his way. Doug thinks she's a hoot. Rob thinks Bud Light makes you gay. Shane thinks Rob is cute. Coach thinks college athletes are making too much bank. Kim thinks COVID was a Chinese prank. Buddy thinks everything I sing sucks cause it don't sound like Hank. Oh baby, I think beer goes good with lake and lake. Goes good with a dock and a dock. Goes good with a fish on a hook and a hook. Goes good with a country song. And the song goes good with a smile. And the smile goes good with a kiss. And the kiss goes good with you. And baby, you go good with me.
Wiggins!
Oh!
I hope this segment is as catchy as that song.
There's no way.
No, darn it.
That song's catchy. Man, it's hard to argue with that song, too. The sentiment of the song is that you want to be hanging out at a lake. And
with a girl.
Yeah.
And a fish on a hook and a beer.
Drinking a beer.
And maybe a Bud Light. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm not even a big fisherman. And I...
I'm not a big fisher. Men.
And I still want to do that right now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cold.
Mm-hmm.
The Bee or Not the Bee.
Thank you for reminding me what we are here to do, which is the Bee or Not the Bee for Wiggins America. This is a segment in which I bring a whole bunch of stories. Some of them are fake from the Babylon Bee. They're fake stories. They're satire stories based on real events.
And fake.
And some of them are real, legit stories, and you got to guess which ones are real and which ones are not. So,
all right.
Here we go. First one, Tennessee town bans indecent exposure, public indecency, lewd behavior, nudity, or sexual conduct. Gavin Newsom calls this a ban on being gay.
Well, that's true. That doesn't mean... I'm saying it's true.
Yeah. They fall into a gray area sometimes because you don't know if the Babylon Bee has taken something and kind of redone
Gavin
it.
Newsom got community noted on X for summing that all up with this Tennessee town bans homosexuality, which is flipping ridiculous.
So I'm going to call it real.
You guys are right. This is a real story. Yeah, you've seen it already. So Murfreesboro, Tennessee passed an ordinance in June banning, quote, indecent behavior, including...
No, who wants to go there now?
I know. Indecent exposure, public indecency, lewd behavior, nudity, or sexual conduct in public.
This just stinks for Murfreesboro. What were they thinking?
And all those people who were there doing these things are now like, doggone it, there's an ordinance. Gavin Newsom,
California.
I gotta go
and
to
be sexually
California.
indecent whenever I gosh darn want to. God
Gavin
bless
Newsom
America.
tweeted out about that ordinance in Tennessee. A city in Tennessee has banned being gay in public.
Oh.
This is just the beginning. We have to call this out.
That is incredible.
How offensive
Oh my gosh.
to suggest that being gay means those things. I know a lot of gay people.
Is this amazing?
Yeah, I have gay friends, and they don't act sexually indecent around me ever.
That's why this is amazing. That's why this is number one on my list this week of, yes, this is a real story. Can you believe it? Here's how much it isn't about homosexuality, by the way. A similar code in the city passed in 1949 did mention homosexual acts, but the updated code that Newsom is commenting on deliberately omitted any reference to homosexuality from that code.
Gosh.
It cannot be further from the truth. And you're right, he did get community noted on Twitter about it. Next one, also about Gavin Newsom. Newsom assures homeless they can resume pooping on sidewalks once his boss leaves.
That has to be
That's
the B.
That's the B. Quote, please, we need to try and keep the place clean for just a few days while my boss is here, said Newsom in a press conference, surrounded by a horde of angry homeless people. Please don't mess it up for me and President Xi. I really want to impress him. Please hold it in for a couple days.
Oh.
Just clench or something. After that, you may poop to your heart's content. Thank you. Please, he added, if I play my cards right, Xi may even let me become president. This is huge for me.
That is a great article. And tragic.
Yes.
Because it's the essence of the truth. Gosh,
Indeed.
dang it. That makes me... There are certain things, and I don't always know that I make the right choice here. There are certain things in news stories that I read that make me so angry that I'm like, I can't responsibly do that on the air. I will say things I regret. Not that the point will be wrong, but oh, okay, my phone said she didn't. I couldn't find
Siri,
a suitable
play
answer.
97.1.
I don't. Well, that doesn't make my phone do anything. But that is one of those things. The idea that they would do what they did to San Francisco for China's arrival, and then Newsom's response.
That's true, because it's true.
What an...
It was like halfway through the sentence he went, I got to loop this back around somehow.
Can't walk out of this one.
I'm a professional. Because it's true.
But that's because, I mean, in California, how sick are these people in the head that he can be like, it's true because it's true. It's the same thing we were just talking about before, which is, I know that in your mind and in your view, this sucks, but it's the thing that needs to happen. Oh my gosh, it just makes me so enraged, angry, because that city is going to look like a hole in no time flat as soon as all the fancy people leave. And this is not new for Newsom, Mr. French Laundry, Mr. All the peons, the people who can't handle COVID responsibly and don't have access to the same type of medical care facilities that us elites have. You don't know what's best for you, but we know what's best for you, so you're going to need to stay home. You're going to need to stay away from people. You're going to need to wear masks, cradle to grave. But I'm going to go dine at French Laundry. He doesn't follow his own rules because he doesn't need to be under the rules that he sets for the peons of his state. And he's going to be the president if the Democrats have anything to say about it. It makes me so mad. But I like this segment. Go on.
MLB announces All-Star Game will return to Atlanta.
Yeah. If that's the headline, I mean, that's a true headline.
That's real.
2025.
That is real. Nothing has changed about Georgia's voting laws. It was all a lie. It was all virtue signaling. And now the MLB is trying to pretend like it never happened. This is actually from Not the Bee. They sourced a bunch of other articles. They quoted DeSantis, his tweet. He said, when Georgia passed a strong election integrity law in 2021, the MLB caved to far-left extremists and Joe Biden's lies by canceling the All-Star Game in Atlanta. But today, Brian Kemp, GA, was proven right. for not backing down. The truth won. Good stuff.
That just makes me really mad, too.
MLB is going back to Atlanta.
not-
Nothing has changed. They
I'm
didn't
not
change
in-
a single law.
No, they've actually implemented the law that they protested in the first place and
Yes.
had record turnout.
And it's working.
This makes me
Yeah.
makes me mad. Why am I so just getting it out there for you people? Good
The law
grief.
we hated is working. I guess we'll go back. I don't know.
You know why it makes me mad? And another thing. It's because they never have to admit that they were wrong.
Right.
They just casually get to show back up in Atlanta and be like, all right, folks, we'll allow it now. Because like you said, there's no circumstance now. There was no concession on Georgia. Georgia's like, fine, don't let the door hit you. Then they're like, oh, and we're going to win the World Series, so you're going to have to bring all that money back into Atlanta.
Oh, that was so funny.
Like MLB, you blew it so bad this time around, and now you're going to put your head down. As credit where credit is due that they're giving that opportunity back to Atlanta, but freaking apologize.
Yes.
This should
Apologize.
This should be hat in hand. Okay, we're going back, but it's not. They're just it never happened.
We're going back.
We're wrong. Say it out loud for the people in the back, because that is what America waits for. America will move on from that. And there are a whole host of other people who could follow that advice. Just say you were wrong and do better. Michael Rappaport. Still don't know what he's been in other than my timeline.
We all have seen him and stuff, and nobody can picture what it is.
I'm not 100% sure I have, other than Twitter. X.
To save the Marvels tickets. Oh, sorry. Let me read this. To save the Marvels ticket sales, Disney digitally replaces all actors with Chris Pratt.
Oh, yes. I love this. Let's do it.
That's right. I'll just read a quote here.
Pratt.
I mean, it's a cast of mostly all women. Why would it flop? Disney executive and DEI enthusiast Kathleen Kennedy said to reporters. Because of bad sales, I've been talked into digitally replacing every one of the cast members with Chris Pratt, who I'm told, despite being a white male, seems to bring in viewers for some unknown reason.
I could list a few. I have a real theory on this, and we got an extra minute here. I have a real theory on Disney's current failures. They didn't decide to make these movies 6 months ago. When you think about the movies that are coming out right now, especially with COVID involved, and then a writer's strike, the timeline of this movie's going to do so well, and the mental headspace that we were in as a country, I think that the massive failure of some of these projects that Disney has put together is a really, really great sign that we have shifted on the timeline.
I think you're right. It does take usually a couple of years for these things to manifest into theaters or onto platforms. So these are decisions made a couple of years ago for the most part.
Yeah.
So we could see in the next year or two these starting to change. All right, let's try this one. Just in time for Christmas, it's the Alex Jones video game.
I kind of want this to be real.
Is there a sub-headline?
That's the headline.
You're going to say real. I'm saying B.
You're saying B?
I'm going to say it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, no!
It is real.
No!
Should you choose to purchase it, you'll play the game as Alex Jones, and some of the bad guys you'll fight in the game are a saxophone-playing president on Epstein's Island, a Nazi dragon that bears a striking resemblance to George Soros, lizard people holding syringes. Alex does battle gay frogs.
Where's this from?
This is from Alex Jones's own site that's been sourced elsewhere also. It's his own press release, but they've released footage of it.
All right, let's take a quick break. Ask us anything in the next hour.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of St. Louis Sinus Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Centers. Call 314-332-2885. 314 314-332-2885. That's 314-332-2885.
So, Stewart's American Mortgage and the bagel loan, every time mortgage rates change and we're hearing that they're going to be coming down, which is good news, I'm asking Stewie, like, what's this mean? What's going on? Why is this happening? And he understands all of it. It's, you don't need him to explain the whole economy to you when you're looking to get a mortgage, but you do need to know that he understands how to get you the best deal. And that is Stewie. Every time, no matter what the circumstances are. When rates are at, how long did we hear, record lows? And now they are not at those record lows. You need to make sure that you're getting the best idea, the best circumstance, the best plan for yourself when you go to get that mortgage. Talk to Stewie about a bagel loan. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Stewie is there to walk you through the process and make sure that you completely understand exactly what it is you're getting into and why it is the best deal out there in the mortgage lending business. No closing costs. Need I say more? 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan. NMLS number 226715.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A crackdown on discrimination. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The federal government investigating more than 50 schools across the U.S., including K-12 schools and colleges, for possible discrimination ranging from anti-Semitism to Islamophobia.
The Department of Education first sent letters last week warning schools there will be consequences if they don't act to protect students against this discrimination, saying schools that fail to act will lose federal funding and could be referred to the DOJ for legal action.
Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn on Capitol Hill. That letter was followed up with investigations opened today. Colleges on the list include Cornell, Columbia, and UPenn.
Many of these universities were the scenes of intense anti-Israel protests, some including threats and intimidation directed at Jewish students, leaving them to feel unsafe at school.
Meantime, pro-Palestinian protesters calling for a second national day of action today. One group posting a map of New York City sites it accuses of supporting genocide in Gaza. Israeli troops continue a search of Al-Shifa Hospital, the largest in Gaza.
They released new video today of what they say is part of a tunnel network beneath Gaza. And it is critical to note here, this is the only video they've released of tunnels so far. They say there is a larger complex that will be revealed, but we've not yet seen any further evidence to support those claims.
Fox's Trey Yingst in southern Israel. The IDF also says multiple weapons have been found in the hospital complex. The UN appealing for more fuel to be allowed into Gaza and warning that widespread starvation is a growing possibility after internet and phone service collapsed yesterday over lack of fuel. Migration and fentanyl, two issues on the agenda for a meeting between President Biden and the Mexican president in California.
I want to thank you again. All the things that are of consequence to us, I couldn't have a better partner than you.
The Mexican leader pledging to help prevent drug trafficking, but he's expected to raise ending sanctions against Cuba. America's listening to Fox News.
Simply Safe was named the best home security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors and HD cameras are powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for fast emergency response. Visit simplysafe.com/radio to get 50% off any new system today. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Say goodbye to the mild temperatures for now. The cold front is through. The northwest wind is back. Partly sunny skies will be down to about 49 degrees by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Tonight, clear and cold. It dropped through the 40s this evening. 28 for the low. Saturday, sunny and nice, 55. Sunday, partly sunny, 58. Shot of rain Monday and Tuesday, then much colder air coming in for Thanksgiving. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Shopping at Michael's Flooring Outlet this holiday season, smart move. I know that when you are looking to purchase flooring, you have a lot of options that are out there. Some things that matter to me when I'm making a investment in my home or place of business is that I'm going to get great value. That's very high on the list. But I don't want to sacrifice quality for value. You don't do that when you shop at Michael's Flooring Outlet. I want to make sure that I can invest. You know, I'm not out there looking for the most cheap thing that I can possibly find. I want a really good, great price on a quality piece of flooring installation that I'm going to put in my home. You get that at Michael's Flooring Outlet. You get the guidance of people who are experts in this field, who know exactly how to navigate your needs in your home and your budget to get you flooring that you are going to be proud to show off to everyone. Say, yep. I went to Michael's Flooring Outlet. They have 3 locations you can shop if you're in the market right now for a flooring purchase, for carpet, for the Mohawk Smart Strand carpet, for the Techwood Plus hardwood-looking floor. You can go to St. Charles County. You can go to West County. You can visit Darien Prairie as well. But you can always visit them online right now at igotfloored.com.
Mark Cox here, 97.1 FM Talk is shining a spotlight on our first responders. Listen to my show each day as we feature our heroes and raise awareness for responder rescue. Learn more about how you can give back at 971talk.com/events, sponsored by Budweiser.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan. In celebration of McKelvey Homes' 125th anniversary, we're having our biggest sale of the year. Save up to $89,000, get special financing in the 5s, and free closing costs on all move-in ready homes. Visit The Preserve on Mackenzie Road near Watson for a variety of homes from the 400s, or Inverness in St. Charles at Bryan and Feisey Road. Don't miss this opportunity to save big and get in before the holidays. Visit McKelveyHomes.com.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness 101 for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness 101. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com or call us toll-free at 888-367-6512.
I'm Eric Robert with Stifel. The economy is always changing, but what does it mean for your investments? Join me and fellow Stifel financial advisor Bob Stockdale during On the Money, Saturday mornings from 11 until noon on 97.1 FM Talk. Stifel, member NYSE and SIPC.
This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
We're trying to figure out how to enter into this conversation. Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We're having an off-air conversation about workers and how long we had to wait after COVID, after everything was shut down and people were used to getting money in their checking account, just like magically appeared, which it magically appears in my checking account too through direct deposit because I work for a living. And
still magic though.
It is.
Still something very magical about that.
Yeah. I'll tell this story on air real quick since I didn't mean to go there, but I just made a total butt out of myself to my boss. Like, we got this email.
Oh, I want to hear this story.
Yeah,
This happened when I walked out.
I'm really mostly just telling this for you, Ryan,
Thank
because
you.
you're the only one in the room who doesn't know what's going on. We got an email. This is why I shouldn't check. This is my fault. We got an email that says, due to the Thanksgiving holiday, we will issue your paycheck regularly scheduled for Friday, November 24th on Monday, November 20th.
Oh, sweet.
Did you know that?
I didn't see that yet. No.
Well, it's in your inbox.
Okay.
And so I wrote back, forwarded this to my boss, and I'm like, this is terrible. That's all he said. Because I was on the air. We were in the middle of a conversation, and it came through, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. So I read 75% of it. I said I saw we weren't going to get paid on Friday. We were going to get paid on Monday. And my brain didn't compute that we were getting paid the Monday before, because it's kind of a long time. And the Monday before wouldn't be the last working business day.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
So I'm thinking in my mind very quickly while we were discussing something incredibly important. This is probably why I was so mad at Gavin Newsom. I was really mad about this. So it didn't compute to me that it was saying you were going to get paid that much earlier. I thought it meant we were going to get paid the Monday after.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. To get paid the Monday after your scheduled pay period.
Right.
And the reason why, and I didn't tell this to Steve. I told him very little. All I actually said was literally, this is terrible.
Did he respond?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
My husband had a job at a place once. He was a salaried position. I'm not going to say where it was or anything, because it's not like on the entity. It was on the person whose job this was. But my husband had a job once where they just like didn't get payroll done in time, and on Black Friday there was no paycheck for him, and they're like, we'll get it to you Monday or Tuesday. So we were 100% paycheck to paycheck people, and at that time my husband made probably as much money as I did, so we needed that paycheck, and we couldn't do any Black Friday shopping because we were going to pay. We had positioned ourselves so that when that money came in, we could not put stuff on credit cards. We could pay from that paycheck. We just couldn't do it. And we had multiple payments to bills that are set to auto pay that get paid on a specific known pay period. So the money comes in, the money goes out. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the government thinks.
Oh, it's government.
Yes. And so our mortgage got paid that day, and the money wasn't there. So we had to go. It was just a big mess. So I have like a little PTSD from this experience.
It all came out in one short message to your boss.
This is terrible. And his response to me is, why? And so then I go on to explain, like, we have bills that are auto paid. It's Black Friday. The money's not going to be there. I've never heard of a company saying, we'll pay you later instead of earlier. And then, like, right after I hit send, I'm like, I'm going to read that email a little closer, which I should have done earlier. I didn't. And I went back, and I'm like, oh. So I wrote him back, haha, wait, it's being paid the Monday before. Brilliant. Sorry, my bad. Shouldn't read email while I'm on the air. And then I also sent him an additional email that said, I'm an idiot. And he wrote back to me, and if you know Steve, in all caps, you are killing me. I was wrong. Clip.
Wow.
It was like, obnoxiously wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody has their moment.
I was going to add, but
go ahead.
There's really nothing to add.
No, if I am wrong about something, it will eat at my soul until I admit that I'm wrong and do everything I can to right said wrong. And sometimes, depending on, I haven't checked on Steve. I don't think I did any permanent damage here. But I have found it so refreshing to be like, I screwed that up. I am sorry. Because most people, this is what we were talking about with MLB. Most people just want to hear, that one's on me. I screwed that up. And then most people are looking forward to saying, all right, you put it in the past. If MLB comes out in 6 weeks and does something else stupid, you don't forget what they did, but you can move past it. But you can move past it if MLB isn't interested in moving past the idea that they accused all of Georgia of being racist bigots and saying, no, you don't get to have the All-Star game here. We're going to put it in Colorado, whose rules and laws were not as good as the ones that Georgia just implemented. Then Atlanta goes and wins the World Series. How many games did they play that one in? I don't remember. They had... I mean, there were multiple games that were played, obviously, in Atlanta. I think they won in Game 5, maybe?
Something like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking was like a 5-game series.
And it was my favorite thing in the world to watch Atlanta. I mean, second favorite. It would have been more fun if it was the Cardinals. To watch Georgia and Atlanta get to celebrate that and do I just did the thing yesterday, but do the Mr. Bean middle finger down the highway where he's like... like to each one of them.
It really is an amazing story that's not getting much attention because what the MLB did, this is a major organization, very public. Everybody knows the MLB. So when they do something that big, they're saying, you are so racist that we personally, our whole company has to hold you accountable because you're that out of line. That's what they were telling an entire state.
Our whole company has to hold you accountable. And not only that, we have to make a national spectacle of us holding you accountable.
Yes, and now they're supposed to go back. And this really is. There's a lot of situations where you go, yeah, I understand why you'd kind of want to like slip back in and be like, whoops, we were wrong. This isn't one of them. Because you could say, hey, we were wrong. Make it a publicity thing again, because you get more publicity out of it. Go back in and say, hey, we're sort of like, saying, come back to the table. We were wrong about the Georgia thing. Let's have the All-Star game back in Atlanta. And there's no pushback from the left because if the left tried to push back on this one, there's no like, we could cancel you if you did this because they're wrong. They're so clearly wrong that all the stats line up against them. There's nothing that they could say.
But would the left admit that they were wrong on this one? Or do they still say that law is Jim Crow 2.0 or Jim Eagle, I think Joe Biden called it, like, would they admit it?
No,
they'd have to.
You can't politically admit that you're wrong. I don't even want to talk about this in the sense of politics. Have you ever had, either of you, have you ever had someone do something really wrong to you and come up and tell you, I messed up? In any amount of time that has passed, have you ever had someone come up and say, I was wrong?
I don't think I have.
Can you think of any situations in your life right now where you were owed that?
Yeah, and I've done that with other people, but I don't know that I've had anybody say that to me.
I'm in the same boat as Ryan. I don't know that I've ever had anybody, and if I have, I've so forgiven them that I've forgotten about the incident altogether.
I have, and it is the most. I mean, really, truly, there are circumstances that I have lived through in my family, not with family, but like my husband and I have gone through things and had instances where people came and said to me or to him, like, I was wrong. And it is so inspiring to like search yourself and be like, I need to tell somebody that I was wrong about something. Where should I start? Because I mean, the list is forever long. But I am probably the person with the most guards up that I know. I am introverted. Would you say, Brad, that I'm introverted?
Yeah.
Okay, he laughed when he said that. I'm not going to even ask her. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. I could have just gone with the second one. You can tell me you were wrong in the break.
I will. Hey, sorry about the way that I forcefully laughed at that.
I'm so scared.
Yes.
I have so many guards up. I think that people listening right now, maybe you guys can't think of this in your own circumstances. Maybe you can. But I think there are people listening right now who have been incredibly hurt by people, by institutions, by employers, by employees or coworkers, by family. there are people who are listening right now who have been so hurt that this is what I've told myself. So this is just like kind of an introspective look that maybe I don't want to say too much, but you become so hurt that the people who would need to mend that heartache or that open wound with, they're not coming to say anything. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. For whatever particular reason, A, they don't think they were wrong. B, maybe they know they're wrong, but they're too prideful. B, maybe they know that they're wrong. Maybe they're not too prideful, but the stakes of saying I was wrong might involve a consequence to them that they're just not willing to take. There's a whole host of reasons why people won't come up to you and say, I was wrong. Because the natural thing in my household, I'm not saying this is how you need to do anything in your household, folks. So don't hear what I'm not saying. But in my household, we say, I'm sorry. And then I correct my kids when they reply back, it's okay. Because it's not okay. If somebody comes to apologize to you for something, you don't tell them that it's okay. What you say is, I forgive you. Because that's what the apology is really asking for, is an absolution for something that you're saying, I did this wrong. And to hear, I forgive you, like I need my kids to understand, yes, in my family, it's a faith-based thing for us in a Christian household, but I don't really think you need to have a specific religion to understand the value of, I'm sorry, I forgive you. I mean, in a secular sense, you can forgive people outside of religion. I think you're shaking your head, yes. Would you agree with that?
You can do biblically teneted things without believing in the Bible, and they're still good.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And so for us in our house, I want my kids to understand the value in the words, I forgive you, because that's an action too on the person that is saying that to someone who says, I'm sorry. In my life, in those places where that open wound I know is not going to be mended by the only people who can mend it, what I do is I put up guardrails around myself that say, this is never happening to me again. I might get hurt over here in a blind spot that I don't know I have right now, but that is not happening to me again, or to my family, or whatever the situation is. And that's not entirely a healthy way to live life, but it's how we cope with everything. And the more that I hear other people in any capacity, MLB putting the All-Star game back in Atlanta, or, two people who I know who disagree about something that has to do with, like youth sports or some board or committee you're serving on in church or at some sort of community cause that you're involved in. The more I hear people go, I was wrong about that, I'm sorry, the more I'm inspired to just, maybe one row of bricks at a time, bring that down a little bit, because it's infectious and it's contagious, and it makes you want to go out to other people and spread some of that. Which is why I think listening to people, when you say, if you have somebody who did something wrong publicly and they come out, in this country, we love redemption stories. And cancel culture is kind of infiltrating on the even possibility that a redemption story could happen. But that's because every apology that we get is one that comes from a PR agency. They don't come from the heart and the gut. But when they do, you can tell. And I think that they need to be embraced. I throw Bud Light or anybody who's been canceled, Disney, I would put into that realm as well. Like, you have things that you need to apologize for. And I'm sitting here waiting because I am eager to forgive you so that we can move on and have a better future together in some relationship. And, people are going to say, Annie, what does Bud Light need to apologize for? I mean, you make a choice. And then I think that there are people on both sides of the issue with the Bud Light thing that feel as though Bud Light needs to apologize because they stood for something, they got criticized for that thing, and then they didn't stand up for the thing that they stood up for in the first place. They just kind of, in the fight or flight thing, they chose the other F, which is freeze, and they didn't do anything about it. We got to get back to the idea of doing things purposefully and intentionally, which includes admitting that we were wrong. And so that is a long way of saying, I'm sorry, Steve. I was really wrong. Whoops.
He probably doesn't even care. I text him all the time. I just say things like, I don't care for you.
Oh, not like, this is terrible,
No.
which is the
Like,
only words I
they're
put
more
in the
personal
email.
attacks. Loathe you.
See, I will say this too, though. Steve's a busy dude.
Yeah, he is.
So if he's going to get that email, he doesn't want 3 paragraphs explaining how terrible it is. I think he'd prefer not to have the email in the first place.
Yeah, I'm going to text him right now.
Yeah.
Just to sort of like ease the blow that you just had.
Annie is terrible.
No, I'm not.
Tell him that.
I'm just going to text him, not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
He's not listening to the
Let's
show
see if
right
he's
now.
listening.
Oh, boy.
Not.
He'll be like, you too at Tu Brute?
Yeah, let's just, there's our test to see if he's listening.
Oh, boy. I don't know that he is. Let's get your Ask Us Anything questions coming up next. Thanksgiving edition. Leah, come on in here. You're going to enjoy, we're going to enjoy spending some time with you in the studio. Your questions for us here on the Annie Frey Show coming up next. Don't go away.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show on St. Louis's home for conservative talk. Follow Annie on Instagram at The Annie Frey Show.
Just like a sport, anything fly. It's all good. Let me jump in, please sing in the trumpet. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Erica by my side. A little bit of Rita's all I need. A little bit of Tina's what I see. A little bit of Sandra in the sun. A little bit of Mary all night long. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me your man.
Air Comfort Service, they're online at aircomfortservice.com, of course. They do residential and commercial repairs and installations. So if you are in charge of a business, if you own it, if you're the CEO, if you're the office manager or the operations manager, and you've been told recently that you think the HVAC system needs a repair, you need to know about Air Comfort Service. Their number is 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. When you call Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, you're going to get a free second opinion on commercial HVAC repairs. They are there to provide you all of the heating and cooling services you need, and they've been doing this for businesses and residences for over 50 years with glowing reviews all over the internet. Just look them up if you don't want to take my word for it. I am a customer of theirs, but if your business is in need of some HVAC attention, you need to reach out to Air Comfort Service. If you're looking at a steep repair bill or if you're questioning the quoted repair, give Air Comfort Service a call. 314-513-0091. Online right now at aircomfortservice.com.
Mark Cox here. I've got an idea. Let's all go to Italy next spring. I'm going to the Amalfi Coast next spring with my friends of conservativetours.com, and you can go along as well. We'll cover Rome, the Amalfi Coast, Puglia, the Isle of Capri, the Abbey of Monte Cassino. It may be one of Italy's best-kept secrets. You know, I've been to the Amalfi Coast before. It is without a doubt one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. While you're there, you can take a high-speed jet foil over to the Isle of Capri, which is a site that everyone needs to see. Positano is absolutely beautiful. Sorrento is just gorgeous. You'll get to visit the ruins of Pompeii as one of your side trips if you go on this trip. It's $53.67 a person. That includes your airfare from St. Louis. Call them toll free at 888-733-9494. It's 888-733-9494 or conservativetours.com.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-224-9174. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-224-9174.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-224-9174. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-224-9174. or oxcarcare.com.
Our goal at Neovitin is to make supporting your nutrition as easy as possible. That's why we created the Neovitin monthly subscription. Just go to neovitin.com, choose your multivitamin, sign up, and we will do the rest. You'll receive your Neovitin multivitamin every month with no long-term obligation. You can pause or cancel at any time, and shipping is free. Each Neovitin multivitamin includes our physician-formulated proprietary blend for nutritional support you won't find anywhere else. Start supporting your nutrition the easy way with Neovitin multivitamins. Sign up for a Neovitin subscription today at neovitin.com.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a weekend right here on 97.1 FM Talk. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLLP. Member FINRA and SIPC.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness 101 for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness 101. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gslhonorflight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Friday afternoon, we're going to throw down in the Reardon Roundtable starting at 3. Jane Duker on the panel, State Rep Steve Butts, and State Senator Nick Schroer.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk. This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room.
You have to ask me nicely. Don't make me beg here.
Ask me anything.
Tell me the truth!
Ask us anything. Ryan, do you have any questions? Go.
Okay.
Microphone.
First, I'm going to ask you my own question, and then we're going to get to all these listener questions that we have.
So you want credit or blame for this question?
I want credit.
Okay.
Does anybody care how many toilet rolls one roll equals on the package?
Toilet paper is complicated to buy.
And it shouldn't be. Am I right?
I'm confused by your question. What do you mean? How many
Stop.
toilet rolls?
Just a second. Have you ever bought toilet paper?
Yeah, but I just grab it and go.
Well, that's disappointing. I guess that's your answer to the question.
Can't you look on the tag and see like cost per sheet or something like that?
I think you can see total square footage that comes in the package. I'm telling you,
you buy
I
toilet
mean, like,
paper by the square foot.
Like if you're shopping at Walmart, it should say like, you know, a cereal will come in 4 different sizes and it'll say like it's this many cents per ounce. And then if you want to buy the cheapest one, you're not necessarily worried about the total amount that you're spending because it's maybe dollars negligible.
Yeah.
You buy the cheapest one there. I do that with diapers.
The problem is that when they do like cost per square or whatever it is for toilet paper on the tag, that some of it is 1 ply, some of it is double extra ply. So they don't account for that stuff.
I don't really care because I just go buy the biggest package of toilet paper that they have so that I have to do that the least amount of time possible. And I have 6 people in my house, so we go through some toilet paper.
It just drives me crazy. There are 6 rolls in this package, and it says, but it's actually 24. And you're like, by whose standards? Who's coming up with this?
Charmin.
Clearly. And I think it's all a big joke that they're playing on America. Leah?
FR says 18 equals 36. This is how you get to 2 + 2 = 5.
See?
This is how
is this
it starts.
girl math?
Exactly.
No, we don't even talk about girl math on the show. It's the stupidest thing ever. Sorry if that was what we were going to talk about.
All right, we'll do some listener questions here. We'll start with...
Like butter.
Quick Rick. Will the Cardinals sign the 3 pitchers they claim they needed at the end of the season, and who might they be?
Good Lord. I don't know. Ask Ethan Hannaford and listen to his podcast. I don't have any confidence that they're going to do what we need to do because we usually don't, and I don't even know who they would be. I know that we had the opportunity to sign Max Scherzer because he wanted to come here, and we were like, man, he's not going to amount to anything.
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. I think maybe they'll sign 2 pitchers and maybe they'll trade for 1, but then I think it's all gonna like not meet the expectations that all of Cardinals fans have, and then we'll get a John Mozeliak speech about, well, the market was eye-popping and we couldn't justify spending the money that we needed to spend, and so we're just gonna be mediocre again.
Sam asks, did you bring anything?
What does Leah think about
sorry,
that?
Leah.
You just don't even
I tossed her for the
She's
toilet
allowed
paper
to talk.
question. And she...
Leah might have some really great intel nugget here to offer.
I don't.
Okay.
All right.
But you deserve the opportunity to input.
Say Blake Snell.
Okay.
Leah, we'll start with
Ian
you on
Snell.
this one.
Okay.
Sam asks, did you bring anything to the company luncheon last Tuesday?
Company luncheon.
The Thanksgiving.
The Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Which was
I was like,
Tuesday.
I missed the luncheon. I did not.
Did you, Ryan?
Yes.
What'd you bring?
I brought cupcakes.
What'd you bring?
I brought soda.
I didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Nobody ate my cupcakes, though.
There's so much food.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been sitting out there since the luncheon.
The separate question that he asks is, who ate the most?
Did you guys talk about this on the air?
No.
Is Sam Reeves a coworker?
I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm like, how did this guy know?
Who ate the most?
I feel like Ryan and I did.
Yeah.
Seems to be a
There's,
common.
there's no I in team. Clearly, Ryan did.
I had sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, ambrosia, and a piece of pumpkin pie.
What is that?
Yeah, what's ambrosia?
It's that like fluffy. It's got marshmallows and mandarin oranges and coconut and stuff in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like a Jell-O salad of sorts, but seems a little more on the fluff than the Jell-O.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Riveting radio. Are you gonna ask another question? And
Bobo
what's
asks,
happening here?
what's the worst Thanksgiving food?
Cranberry sauce?
Ooh.
I might say something very unpopular here, and I might say turkey.
Ooh, yeah, that's unpopular.
But I would say cranberry sauce is collectively looked down on.
Any stuffing that has crunchy things in it. Or cornbread with corn in it.
Well, it's hard to make cornbread without corn.
I mean kernels of corn. You know what I mean.
Corn chunks.
Yeah, corn chunks. I don't
And
want
I
your
love it.
chunks in my bread. Get out.
I was gonna say green bean casserole.
That's my fave.
I don't like rhubarb pie.
All right.
Brian, you need to keep this snappy. What is with the pregnant pauses here? Something you
okay.
want to tell us?
All right. Hunter asks, you can only have one Thanksgiving side dish the rest of your life. What is it, and why is it sweet potato casserole?
I would maybe say sweet potatoes. Not sweet potato casserole, but sweet potatoes.
Yeah, candied yams, I'm a big fan of. You got to have the marshmallows on them, though.
There are sweet potato people and there are yam people, and I'm shocked that Ryan and I are different people.
I'm going mashed potatoes, and if I'm allowed to have it, gravy. But even not mashed potatoes.
Leah?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
Yeah.
All right, next one. Hey, see that? Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
but they're all the same question.
What pieces of advice would you pass on to the next generation as they establish their own Thanksgiving traditions? Are there any that you would like to pass on? Or do you have any
I
at all?
just think the most important thing is being with your family on these holidays, prioritizing it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm going to add a little something here. I had this whole conversation with Trisha the other day. But when you start your own family, when you become a new family and you get married, and then especially when you have kids, that everybody is going to want to have your time. And as long as you make it other people's choice about your time, everybody will fight all the time and you will beg for the holidays to be over. The second that you go, here's what my family is doing, and of course you try to meet all of the needs of all of the people involved, but you don't deprioritize your new family's needs, that's when you can start to enjoy those holidays. Be with all of the family that you can possibly be with, but nobody else gets to police your time.
Yeah. Mine would be basically just be together with family so that you can create those. Like, to me, traditions are organic. They happen. So my only
Everybody
advice,
loves a good forced tradition.
yeah, my advice is just to get together with your family or your loved ones so that you can actually have those traditions form and happen.
My family is getting so big as we get older that it's hard
trying to vote
for
people off.
everybody to meet in the same space.
Someone's got to go.
What I always cherished when we all could get in the same area was that my grandma would, I think still does when we can get together, would always pray over the entire family. It's the only time a year that she would have us all together to do this. I'm sure she prays for us all the time, but praying for everybody in one room was always something that I found to be very neat. And I don't know that it was intended to be that. That's just what it was. And I've always thought that was really cool. Leah?
My family doesn't have any Thanksgiving traditions, but I agree. I think spending it with family or really trying to. I think that's important.
Okay, last food question is, do any of your holiday menus change from year to year, or do they stay the same? You're having the same meal every year?
Christmas does for our family, and my husband and I generally host our family meal, and it's turned into, because his side of the family, there are different people in different places this year than they have been in the past, and most people are home now, which is fantastic. But there's some traveling that takes place on his side of the family. But when they're in town, we say, everybody come on over if you want to. But for Christmas, Thanksgiving has its traditional staples, because I feel like Thanksgiving is more about the meal than Christmas is about the meal. We've done ham for Christmas, but the last couple years we've done Italian beef and like hoagie sandwiches with different kinds of topping and stuff on it. And my grandmother, who used to do all of our holiday meals, we'd go over there on the holiday proper and have a sit-down meal. On Christmas Eve, she would always make Italian beef. And so it's kind of just something we decided, like, let's do something different other than turkey or ham. So Italian beef, like a white pasta along with it.
That sounds
so
good.
yeah, ours can kind of change.
Yeah, it's kind of the same as Annie's. Our Christmas meals fluctuate, but Thanksgiving is pretty standard. One of the things I want to try for Christmas, though, is a Christmas goose. And I've never had goose before, and I want to try it really bad.
You know what Annie just did? She
threw up in her mouth a little bit.
No, she just gandered over at me. Oh, the times we have. For me,
I just was going to see if you were going to pick that up or if I should, and then it just lost on me.
There's sometimes that it comes over the air, and other times that you got to be watching. And that was a you got to be watching. I don't know what just happened, but it happened.
Yeah, right. I am.
I did. I looked over at you. I don't know why. That was one of the weirdest moments. That was weird. All right. I think that sounds wonderful, Brad. I hope your family has a great Christmas and Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas to all. Good night. I would say that to answer that question, that I've always really wanted to have a big Thanksgiving or Christmas goose. Leah?
I guess when you say it like that, I get it.
It sounds great, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah,
but
it's
it
just
sounds
something
funny.
that I've been thinking about personally.
Kind of depends.
All right, last one I'll throw out there.
You didn't let her answer the
I
question.
thought she said yes to the goose.
Oh.
No, that wasn't the question. Do your
'Kay.
holiday menus change from year to
Yes,
year?
they do. Yes, they do.
What's your fave?
Well, we usually go somewhere because our family has kind of split up in different directions since COVID, and people have died. So, just over the years. So we usually go out, and we the last couple years, we're going to Hofbrauhaus in Belleville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they closed last year.
I was going to say, I didn't think that. I thought they were closed.
Now we're going to the ever fancy Golden Corral.
Oh, I didn't know they were still open either.
Fantastic news.
We found one.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy to hear that.
If you want to send us some more Ask Us Anything questions, we'll do more here on the other side of this break. It could be about anything serious or Christmas gooses. We enjoy having your questions and answering them. And the YouTube live chat poll is our question to you. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Is it Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? If you come and join us, you can leave a comment, and we will feature some of your responses, like TJ's. He pulls more from Biden, so Trump would win. Doubt third party could actually pull a plurality. If you got thoughts on what TJ said or your own and you want to share them, leave them in the comments. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @AnnieFreyShow.
TheDiamondShop.net. If you are looking to make a wish list, I want you to become a VIP for the Diamond Shop, and they have the ability for you to make these wish lists that your loved ones can tap into when they're looking for something special for you for this Christmas or holiday season. And once you become a VIP at TheDiamondShop.net, you can get access to special sales or opportunities or events that they're going to have as well. And I want to remind you that November 25th is Small Business Saturday. It's a day to celebrate and support small businesses and all that they do for their communities. I personally can tell you that the Diamond Shop is always looking for ways to give back to the community that they serve, and they are very, very good and generous at doing so. If you are shopping for jewelry this holiday season, also, even, I'm going to tell you this right now, you might not be thinking about Valentine's Day, but you can get 6 months same as cash financing at the Diamond Shop. Now's the time. Reach out to them and find out how they can help you find the perfect piece that you have been looking for. You can learn all about becoming a VIP and their Small Business Saturday event online at thediamondshop.net.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. More than 11 years ago, we set out to help women right here in St. Louis. Today, Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Our work at Coalition Life continues, and we need your support more than ever in a post-Roe v. Wade world. Whether you join us as a volunteer, an employee, or a donor, know that you have a special impact to make for these precious children. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
STL Today is named under law 2023's best St. Louis law firm. We'll continue to make a difference, one case at a time.
When you're injured, call Onder Law at 314 or 618-9000000.
You want to retire soon, but everyone keeps telling you to wait until you're 65. After all, that's the age that you qualify for Medicare and you're close to full retirement age. I'm Marvin Mitchell, president of Compass Retirement Solutions. In my new book, Retire Early, The 9 Critical Decisions When Retiring Before 65, I discuss proper planning to help make early retirement possible. When to take Social Security, what to do with your 401k, health care, how to maximize retirement income, and much more. Get a complimentary copy of Retire Early by calling 1-800-743-8510. That's 1-800-743-8510. Can you retire early? Call 1-800-743-8510 for your copy of Retire Early, the 9 critical decisions when retiring before 65.
Investments and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois. Compass Retirement Solutions is not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
I'm Dr. Nick Barnes at Health From Within Family Chiropractic in Rock Hill. At Health From Within, our mission is to transform the way you manage your health by bringing you the truth about health and healing. We use proven techniques to remove interference in the nervous system and maximize health naturally, without drugs or surgery. Connect with me at healthfromwithinstl.com and join me for Maximize Living on this station every Sunday at 8 a.m. or download the Maximize Living podcast, healthfromwithinstl.com.
We are still doing Ask Me Anything, so you can get your questions in. Hashtag AMA on the Annie Frey YouTube page. Also, while you're there, the YouTube live chat poll of the day. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? Let us know not only your answer to that question, but what other burning questions you might have, and we will look at those here in just a couple minutes in the Ask Me Anything segment coming up at 2 o'clock. We're going to do X's and O's all ahead here on the almost said Wickens America. Don't do that. Here on the Annie Frey Show, 148. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Whatever happens next happens here. Your trusted voice for 23 years. This is St. Louis's home for conservative talk. 97.1 FM Talk. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Friday. The YouTube live chat poll for today is who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? We want to know what you think, so go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote there. And a reminder to tune into the Odyssey app if you are not going to be around your radio come 2:45 in that segment when we give the answers. We got Trisha in here. Hi, Trisha.
Hey. Hello.
It's an Ask Us Anything question. I'm going to ask you, what are your Thanksgiving plans?
Family.
Family?
We're doing one side this weekend and then traditional Thursday, but at the home of the in-laws and the laws, the parents
and the laws,
the
legals
and the laws. Yeah, his and mine.
Same. We're going to go spend time with family. We're going to go over to my mom and dad's house on Thanksgiving Day. And we're also going to go over and spend some time with my in-laws who are probably watching the show right now. Hi, guys. They're like, we watched you on the television.
Oh,
and
yeah?
it's they pull up YouTube TV and they watch it almost every day.
That's awesome.
We're going to go over to their house and we're going to have some desserts with them.
Leah, you said you guys are going to Golden Corral.
Yeah, we're going to Golden Corral.
Nothing wrong with that. Ryan, what do you guys do?
We are going to be traveling on Thanksgiving. No, actually, this year we're going to be here just for Thanksgiving, but we're leaving on Black Friday. We usually go out of town for a soccer tournament, so that's what we're doing.
We are doing Thanksgiving dinner, I think, at my house on Thanksgiving evening, and then it's like Christmas time, trying to set up everything because I have no decorations up yet. Zero. I actually bought these, I don't know, they're like 3 foot tall, maybe, Mickey, Minnie, and Olaf plastic. They're kind of like old-fashioned looking decorations that you'd plug in and put outside. I bought them maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they're just like sitting in the house, and Molly, they're the size of Molly. Molly just walks around the house holding these big plastic things and lines them up so that they can watch Bluey with her. But if you were to drive past my house right now, she has them all lined up in front of one of the windows. So if you drive up, if you like pulled into my driveway, you would see in this one window, it's just Mickey, Minnie, and Olaf staring out at you. But Olaf doesn't have a nose because Molly kept taking the carrot. I don't know why it comes apart, the carrot off. And I'm like, before we put this out in the yard, we're going to lose a stupid carrot. And so Olaf doesn't have a nose right now, but will come time it goes outside. Here's another question for you guys. Who has Christmas decorations up right now in their homes?
Inside, yes.
Inside, yes.
Outside.
You have them up. Are you lighting them?
Yeah. We're having a party this weekend.
Cool.
And my dad wanted to decorate the house for the party. So that's the only reason why.
My dad did the same thing for Thanksgiving. Since they're hosting Thanksgiving, he made my mom put up the tree and the whole shebang.
Yep.
No,
my goal is always to have everything decorated in the house before Thanksgiving, except for the tree. The tree can be up, but we can decorate it either Thanksgiving evening, depending on how many people are there, or in the weekend to come. So it's like you're still doing some Christmas decorating after Thanksgiving, but then you just get to enjoy it. What about you guys, Brad?
We don't have anything up yet. Like I said, I'm trying to do this new LED lighting on our house, and we just haven't had a weekend where we could get away to measure it, and then get it in and start installing it. It seems to be a pretty quick install, though, once we get it going. So,
Ryan, did you have more questions?
This one's from a listener. AMA, would you all rather go someplace or be with family over the holidays?
What if going someplace is how you are with family?
Ooh, it's a good caveat. That's kind of what we do, actually.
I don't like the idea of traveling. I mean, my family is all here, so we don't travel. And I know that with my husband being a teacher, he can't just like pick up and leave and go on a vacation anytime he wants. There are times when he can travel, and those are usually busy travel times to the places that we would traditionally go. So we just usually stay home. But I always kind of am like, what if I did that? If I left and didn't do Thanksgiving here in the traditional sense, and I went on a vacation, a long weekend vacation, would I really enjoy it? And we just don't do it yet. So same thing for Christmas. Stay home as much as possible. What about you? Do you travel?
No, I'm a home. But if my family was elsewhere, I'd travel. And if I was at a point in my life where I didn't have a ton of family around or anywhere to go, a vacation could be cool.
A nice distraction.
Yeah, we've played with the idea of traveling as a family, like my mom and dad and us and my brother and my sister and their families. We all would all go to, like, I don't know, Destin, Florida or something like that and spend Christmas in Florida.
Question that I had written down that I wanted to ask also.
What about Leah?
I'm sorry, Leah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm being mean to you, Leah.
Yeah, it's really rude.
You just gotta speak up, Leah.
No, it's
Are
not
you open to traveling over the holidays?
I guess. We never have. Our closest family's in Kansas City, so sometimes they come to us. I guess we could go to them, but not for Thanksgiving.
But like, what about
for Christmas?
Going to Cabo or something like that?
No, we've never done that.
You want to be home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, now you may go.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's okay with Leah, I mean, I should really ask her.
We good?
Yes.
Okay. How much stuff, this is, I would say, probably more for me and Annie. How much stuff is proper to save from your kids that they're bringing home from camps, school, Sunday school?
We have folders, and they can save anything they want if it fits in the folder.
Oh, you let them pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And if it doesn't go in the folder, there's only so much space. We used to have these, I was going to say barbed wire. That's not white, right? Twine. You will throw it away.
Just stick it to the barbed wire.
We have twine that we had hung up in like clotheslines that we could put their art and good grades and stuff on, and then we replaced it with a beautiful install from Closet Factory. So there's a desk now, and we have organization, and they each have an expandable accordion folder, and they can keep stuff in there. That's where it goes. If I see stuff sitting out, I can throw it away.
Okay.
If they want to keep it, it can go in there. If it's something that I think that they want to keep and I see it sitting out, I'm going, throwing this away. Nah! And then they come and put it away. So
I always feel bad. There's like a grace period there where I'm like, oh, I need to hold on to this long enough that I show that I acknowledged it. And then at some point, I'm like, this is...
You can't throw it away in front of them.
No, you can never do that.
No, because they'll question if you ever love them.
That's a fact.
Trisha, do you throw away Ryan's drawings?
Yeah, I had to at a certain point. I was out of space.
Did he cry?
He
how did he handle that?
I'm finding out right now.
This is real time.
This is awkward.
Before we were hanging them all on the wall in the fridge, but I literally ran out of space, and he kept bringing them. So Ryan, I did have to.
What about the worksheets and stuff though?
His handwriting pages over the dots.
Ryan was he was hooked on phonics,
The
guys.
ones that were 80% or better, we kept, and we'll go through them later.
Oh, okay.
The C average.
No, they throw away all the ones that were
shocked.
bad.
My goodness. All right, stick around. X's and O's with Leah and her dad when we come back.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw with Retirement Advisor Group. Are you worried about market volatility? Are you concerned your money won't last you through retirement?
Hi, I'm Tammy Kershaw. As a family business, we are committed to protecting your retirement, whether you're nearing retirement or already retired. I have many female clients and widows that don't fully understand their investment choices. Would you like a retirement review and a second opinion on your current retirement plan? Are you aware of all the fees that you are currently paying, and would you like to learn how you can avoid those fees? Call us now at 314-993-9494 or go online to retirementkey.com. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. Let us show you how to retire with confidence.
We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees for the past 37 years. Let our family help your family. So go online to retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon from my friends at Zero Res. November brings another great offer. I'll get into those details in a second, but let's face it, it's the month of Thanksgiving. We got Christmas and everything else coming up. You want your home to be clean. You're going to have friends and family come over, and if it doesn't look clean, if it doesn't smell clean, well, they're going to probably talk about you. So let's hire Zero Res. Some people hire a deal of the day carpet cleaner. That's not a good thing because it's going to come back to haunt you. Zero Res are professionals, and let's face it, there's no license required to be a professional carpet cleaner. But Zero Res, they're professionals because they've done this for so long. They have a great process. They have a 4.9 rating on Google with over 5,000 reviews, and the Zero Res Gotta Love It guarantee makes it easy to get what you pay for. So if you need those carpets cleaned, the upholstery cleaned, the area rugs, the vinyl floors, call Zero Res. Get a great offer. 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at $129. You can take $50 off your air duct cleaning this month. Call 474-2020 or go online to ZeroResSTL.com. You spell it backward or forward, it spells the same. Zero Res.
There's a charity that's been going on for 36 years now. I don't know if you've heard about it. I'm sure you have. But if you haven't, you want to have a whole lot of fun. Guns and Hoses, they've been sponsoring boxing matches between the police and the fire department this is the 36th year. This is a charity event, and the funds that are raised go directly to the families of the first responders that have been murdered or hurt on the job. The funds are to help the families of our first responders. When I say help, it is to relieve them of the financial burdens. Because remember, the majority of first responders are just like us. They do not have hundreds of thousands of dollars in savings in case of an event that they're no longer able to work. That's Guns and Hoses. It's happening Thanksgiving Eve. It's a fun time. Let's help our families out. God bless.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio. 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
One last big meeting underway. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Over the last few days, we've worked together, and I think that's not hyperbole. We've worked together.
President Biden joining APEC leaders for talks on climate change and other issues as the Asia-Pacific Economic Summit winds down in California. He says the summit already made historic progress, including agreements to strengthen supply chains and combat corruption. Earlier, he met with Mexico's president, who's pledging to help fight the flow of fentanyl into the U.S.
We are sincerely committed to continue to assist at our fullest capacity to prevent drug trafficking.
Through a translator, President Obrador calling it a matter of humanism and an act of solidarity. He and President Biden also commending each other on legal pathways to migration. Countdown to the Iowa caucuses, the start of the presidential primary season about 2 months from now. It's a busy weekend there for Republican candidates.
A forum hosted by an Iowa Christian group set for this evening will feature 3 GOP presidential candidates: Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, and Vivek Ramaswamy. The Family Leader organization was recently criticized by the Republican National Committee for trying to hold an unsanctioned debate. This weekend, DeSantis will campaign in Iowa with the state's governor, while former President Donald Trump is set to rally in Iowa on Saturday.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Pro-Palestinian activists call this another day of action, including several protests planned in New York City.
So the NYPD knows the situation by now. They know that they have to prepare for these protests and protesters who are calling for ceasefire here as they are rallying in support of the Palestinian people.
Fox's Alexis McAdams, a U.S. military official, just confirming 3 new attacks on U.S. forces in the Middle East in the last 24 hours. That makes 61 attacks in the past month. America is listening to Fox News.
At SimpliSafe, our award-winning home security has advanced sensors, HD cameras, and now this 24/7 LiveGuard protection, only from SimpliSafe. Monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Now get 50% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Say goodbye to the mild temperatures for now. The cold front is through. The northwest wind is back. Partly sunny skies will be down to about 49 degrees by 5 o'clock this afternoon. Tonight, clear and cold. It dropped through the 40s this evening. 28 for the low. Saturday, sunny and nice, 55. Sunday, partly sunny, 58. Shot of rain Monday and Tuesday, then much colder air coming in for Thanksgiving. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-224-9174. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-224-9174. 800-224-9174. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
While no child should have to spend the holidays in the hospital, there are many at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital who will not be able to experience the joy of opening gifts around their tree. Please join 97.1 FM Talk and give the gift of hope and healing to Cardinal Glennon kids and support the Tree of Hope year-end giving campaign. Your gift ensures these brave patients can continue to receive the critical care they need during these challenging times. Thank you for giving at treeofhope.org.
Happy 62nd birthday, Granddad.
Thanks, sweetheart.
I got you this.
A mug. What does it say? Beware. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. The holiday season should remind us that faith and family are the most important things in life. And we hope that you succeed in coming together this holiday season with those you love and in the process creating some generational memories. Holidays have this magical power to magnify small things to ever greater memories over time. What a return on investment. Happy holidays.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Town & Country, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
Halloween is over, but hiring is still a bit scary. Indeed's end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Mark Cox here. If you're looking for a senior living community, check out Hampton Manor of Wentzville, the newest senior living community in the area. Enjoy resort-style living without the resort-style price. Check out WentzvilleAssistedLiving.com.
You could be watching this right now. Tune into the Annie Frey Show live stream. YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter. You know what? Just type in Annie Frey Show live stream. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is brought to you by Ruler Foods. Low prices, no coupons. Ruler Foods.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Like, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long. Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady. What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. You're almost done with the Friday day, so don't give up now. I was out in the cafeteria and I said to one of our engineers, I said, Robert, it's 2 o'clock, we're almost done with the Friday. He goes, I was going to give up until you said that. It's like, wow, I'm glad I was there. He's great. Ryan, how many people who listen to this show know that you redid that intro? Is that something that people ever talk to you about?
Yeah. They talk to me about that more than you would think.
I believe it, because they talk to me about it.
Do they really?
It comes up, yeah.
Yeah, I've had people come up to me and say, man, the first time I ever heard that, I was in such a bad mood.
Oh,
and
it got worse.
And then it goes one of two ways.
And then
either
I
goes,
gave up.
Oh, I really, really helped me out. Or that's the last time I listened.
No. No, it's not. It's funny. And I said jokingly off air, this is the best thing Ryan's ever done for the show.
And I said it was before I was even on the show, which is true.
So just real quick, tell the story of how you came to make that, like the circumstances under which that was created.
So
this is a funny story.
I don't remember if there was like some sort of assignment that I was on, but it was when I was the producer for Glover. And
that's just funny.
I just remember thinking, oh, you know what would be funny is if I came up with a show open for Glover, because he doesn't really have one, or he didn't at that time. So I thought, well, what's the funniest show open I could do? Well, just do the exact same thing as the Annie Frey show, which is right before it. Because at that time, we would come on at 3 right when you got done.
Yeah.
And so that would be the first thing that would play on that Glover
this
show
is
that
Ryan's suggestion of an open for the Dave Glover show.
And they hadn't heard it.
No.
So I said, here, okay, I've got an idea the way that we could open the show every day with this new show open. And I played that.
I remember sitting in our boss's office for our post-game review of the show, as we did every day, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, what is he doing? They're going to hate me. They're going to think I did this. And you thought it was so funny?
This was before I knew anything about anybody. I'm like, hey, I'm brand new here. I think I'm going to try this.
I was like, keep me out of your business. And then now we play it every day at 2 o'clock, and we love it.
I was listening when that happened, and it was amazing. And hearing what's going on behind the scenes is so much better.
How did they handle that? They laughed. They thought it was funny.
It was at first, it was crickets. Like, what are you doing? And then it was, okay, this is pretty legit funny.
Yeah. They probably didn't know you enough to know you're joking, right? Like, do you think?
I don't know. I think at that point they probably knew, okay, this is ridiculous. Because I had done a couple things up until that point. I don't know why when I first started there, I'm like, oh, this is my time to make a bunch of skits and stuff. And they're like, that's not what a producer does.
And they're like, we don't know what to do with them. Put them on the Annie Frey
Trish
show.
is laughing because you both are like, yeah, dummy, that's not what you do. But that was what I thought. That was my job at that time, was to make things that lasted 1 minute.
It might be the missing piece of the puzzle as to how'd you get here?
Yeah. They said, you know what you need to do? Not focus on the things that are going to last like a minute, and focus on the rest of the show that lasts 3 to 4 hours. Like, oh, I see you have your priorities different than mine.
Well, it worked out, and we love it, and I get compliments on that. I really on your behalf all the time, and we always like playing it at 2 o'clock. We also on Fridays at 2 o'clock love to play X's and O's, which might actually be the best thing you've ever done for this show, because this is Ryan's game, and we have a very special guest in here. Leah, do you want to? Leah is not our special guest; she's part of the show. Do you want to introduce our special guest in the studio here today?
Sure. This is my dad.
Hi,
Tim.
Dad.
Yay!
Hi, Tim. Woo! Hooray! Which is what they say on Bluey. Tim, thanks for coming in, and I from what I understand, you're not going to take it easy on Leah.
Tough love. You gotta earn it.
You see her face? She's like, yeah.
She's like, this is gonna be so painful.
Don't you know? Like, are you from a tough love family, Ryan?
No.
No? Softies? Wiggins family known for soft.
I would say so.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, my dad's not like easy on me, but you know, he wasn't like a tough love guy.
He still buys your socks.
Yeah. You know what? I'll say this about softball legend Bob Wiggins. He would be a tough love guy, but within like an hour, he'd be like, all right, it's okay.
That also explains a lot. Trisha, you tough love house?
No.
No?
No.
Your parents buy your socks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. What about you?
Oh, yeah. It was a tough love house.
Yeah. My parents are like, Annie, just don't talk about it.
It was that tough?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's still happening.
There's a lot of tough love in the household that I grew up, and I preach as the parent. We play hard, and if you want to step outside the boundaries, I will put you back in there very quickly. Just know where they are. And we have all of the maximum fun in the space with which the boundaries exist. What about to your kids, Ryan?
I would say probably the perfect balance between tough love and just regular love. You know, you got to walk that line.
If your kids are out of line, who brings the heat first, you or Mrs. Wiggins?
Honestly, we're about the same.
Both of you at the same time?
And we're very deliberate, and I don't know if this was something we talked about before having kids, but we're very deliberate about not undermining the other one.
No, you can't.
So if I say something, she's like, I may not even fully agree with that, but she's on board, and vice versa. She may say something or just be in a mood like I get sometimes and say something that you're like, you know what? I don't know that if I were in a better mood, I would have reacted that way, but there's support across the board, and there has to be.
Front.
Yeah.
But you can both bring the heat if you need to?
Oh, yeah.
And you can both be the softie if you need to?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just like the twins. You know, one of them's good and the other one's bad. If one's being bad.
Which, you mean like occasionally or just in life?
No, if one
There's
of them's
a good one, there's a bad Your one. twin has an evil twin?
And you always know because the evil one has a goatee. And they look alike,
red.
but they were like, that one's the evil one.
Your twins are a boy and a girl, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot
so
to mention
you just
that.
kind of define.
So we do know the difference between them outside of the goatee. But when one of them's being bad,
They're also
the other
9.
one's like extra good, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like, I'm
they're
the
being
good
bad.
one.
Oh, gosh, I would have never done that. You know?
Well, Tim,
Hi, Tim.
we are
Welcome
excited to
to
have you
Dad.
here, and we have enjoyed your daughter as part of the Annie Frey Show team now, and we hope that you guys have a good time playing X's and O's. And from what I understand, you said you're kind of bracing yourself, Leah, for
What do you mean?
to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your
Okay.
answer is yeah.
I'm going to try my hardest.
All right. Well, come support both Tim and Leah on the YouTube live chat. If you are in a position to watch us on our YouTube channel, you can vote in the poll too while we start there. Is Todd here? Did we get Todd in?
Todd.
Todd, come on.
There he goes.
There you go.
All right, this
Gosh,
is the
put some
way
pants on,
we
Todd.
play this game. Play this game. Play this game. It is a tic-tac-toe board right behind you guys. And if you've listened to the show before, you've listened to the game before, you will know that there are 9 squares. Each one has a corresponding question. And today, we have 3 experts, because Trisha is going to stay with us and be an expert with us today. So you can ask, or you can pick any one of those squares and then pick one of these experts to answer for you. You simply agree or disagree for the square. If you agree and you get it right, or if you disagree and you get it right, you get the square. If you don't get it right, your opponent gets the square. That's how it's tough love. All right. We determined that Leah is going to be X's, Tim is going to be O's, and that Leah is going to go first.
Yeah.
Leah?
I'll take 3.
Number 3.
It's the top right.
And who is your expert?
I'm going to go with Annie.
Okay. I'm ready.
Annie?
Yeah.
The Fox News headline reads, Alaska's largest city nearing all-time snowiest November. They've declared a snow emergency in the city. If you know an Alaskan city is declaring a snow emergency,
That's
you
a
know
lot
that
of
it's
snow.
pretty bad. What is Alaska's largest city? And I've got multiple choice.
Okay.
A.
Juneau, Anchorage, and what?
A, Fairbanks.
Uh-huh.
B, Juneau. C,
Juneau what?
Anchorage.
Juneau.
If you don't know, then you don't know.
What was the third one you said?
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
Airbnb.
Fairbanks. Juneau.
Juneau. Jean-Pierre. Or Anchorage.
I was thinking in my mind I needed to choose between Juneau and Anchorage, so I am going to go with Fairbanks.
I'm going to disagree.
Correct. Excellent. Well played, both of you.
Thank you.
It was, in fact, Anchorage.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. It is Anchorage.
Isn't Juneau in one of
Yeah,
the
it's
archipelago
kind
things?
of far
Is that how
down
you
the
say that?
south along the coast of Canada.
And Anchorage is more in the mainland?
Yeah, and Fairbanks is like smack dab in the middle.
Yeah. Man, has anyone in here been to Alaska? Tim, have you ever been to Alaska?
Just dropped in on a plane and then flew
That
right
counts.
back out.
If I dropped in on
Yeah.
yeah, I'm counting that. Man, was it cold?
And then
in the airport?
Well, yeah, and then the sun never goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember we were there in the middle of the night, and you could still see the light.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
It must have been the summer, right?
It would. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. Okay.
It was June.
That's cool.
All right, the scientists, keep going.
All right. Well, the science suggests that it is Tim's turn, and we trust the science.
I'm gonna do 5.
5 is the center square.
Who is your expert, Tim?
Brad.
All right.
Brad, you get audio with your question.
Hooray.
Vivek Ramaswamy, candidate for president, went viral this week for taking on a reporter. Here's a clip.
This is what's wrong with the mainstream media. Focus on the substance and let's have an actual policy debate rather than talking to a presidential candidate instead of the policy substance of what's actually going on in the country, picking on some word that Donald Trump said on a certain day and asking me for comment on it. Give me a break.
He always sounds like he should take more breaths.
It makes him sound passionate. Like he's always like.
It sounds like he always has to go to the bathroom or something to me. I don't know. I just wish he wouldn't. Do you just breathe more? Anyway.
Brad.
Okay.
On what network was he on when Ramaswamy did this and said this?
I believe he was on CNN.
Tim?
So, conventional wisdom of this show would be to disagree, but I think I like your answer.
Ooh, some confidence in Brad's answer there.
So you're going to agree?
I would agree.
That's a ding bell, ding bell, ding bell.
Well played. He's so weird.
The ding bell?
That's a ding bell.
You're a ding bell.
Hey, stay tuned to the show because Ryan's not okay. It's going to get worse from here. He's just going to get sillier, and then pretty soon he's going to amuse himself so much that he forgets that he's on the air in thousands of people in St. Louis.
That does
Isn't that
happen.
how it goes?
That does happen.
This is usually when I go, at least pre-diabetes, I would go get you an oatmeal cream pie and just nudge the whole process along a little bit.
Post-diabetes Wiggins is not opposed to that, though.
I'll get you one.
It's up to you. I'm not opposed to it. My doctor did not say that I should or shouldn't.
You're
eat
almost
oatmeal cream pies.
Donald Trump right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessary.
We really are getting there, aren't we? It's 2:20 on a Friday
Let's do
before
one more.
holiday week.
Let's do one more before
All
the
right,
break.
one more. We are back to Leah then.
I'll do 6.
6.
Middle right.
And who's answering?
Trisha.
Yay.
Trisha, guess what? You have something to sound. This is going to be a real clip from the week, run through AI software, so it's real quote, but it won't sound like the person. Tell me, who said this?
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true. Because it's true.
That is good.
Honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
The first
That was actually concerning Vivek. That was the last question. This is a separate person.
The first clip is Gavin Newsom.
That's
Okay.
correct. I agree.
Here's who really said it.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town.
We talked about this morning.
That's true. Because it's true.
You're a little hack.
That pause is just great. He goes, that's true. Yeah. We're waiting for him to
That's all
bring it
there
back
is to
around.
it.
Well, that was it. Okay.
All right, we have X's in the top right and in the middle right, threatening in the bottom right for a tic-tac-toe. We've got an O squarely in the center of the board, and we're going to take a quick break. We have Leah fighting off against her dad in studio today as our contestants for X's and O's. Join us on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Come say hi. Give Leah and Tim some encouragement and vote in the YouTube live chat poll. We'll be back with the result of this game when we come back.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
I want a new tour bus full of old guitars. Mine star on Hollywood Boulevard. Somewhere between Cher and James Dean is fine for me. So how you gonna do it? I'm gonna trade this life for fortune and fame. I'd even cut my hair and change my name. Cause we all just wanna be big
I'm Tony Kornheiser, and this is my show. My friends come on and you know them. We talk about the sports you care about, football, and now basketball too, though we don't really pay attention until later in the year, and the absurdity that is our lives. Line etiquette at your local pharmacy, the current phase of the moon, the importance of talking to a human being on the phone, and most importantly, the power of a box of that. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon for the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates. I depend on them for eye care, and they have an announcement. They're pleased to welcome Dr. Samuel Berry to their practice. Dr. Berry is a cornea surgeon, and he has the latest knowledge and techniques for advanced eye care and treatment in the field. So what do we call them now? The doctors? No, just the best doctors to see for your best vision. In St. Louis, you can reach them at 314-966-5000. They've treated more than 250 doctors, more than any others in the practice. Now, if you need help with dry eye, LASIK surgery, maybe you have glaucoma, macular degeneration. I had an eye disease when I was just 25 years old, so my eyes are very important to me. You get the absolute best care with the Doctors of Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Bersati, Andy Royer, and now Dr. Samuel Berry. 314-966-5000 or visit youridoc.com. They have a great location just off Manchester Road, a half mile west of 270. Ophthalmology Associates.
Hi, this is Brian with Velocity Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 314-782-3333. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition and any price range in the St. Louis area. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that needs updating, but you don't have the time or money for it? Great, because I love buying outdated houses. I buy vacant houses, job relocation houses, and foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 314-782-3333. That's 314-782-3333.
Hey guys, Glover here from my friends at ThrottleNet. So I'm so very proud to have represented the guys at ThrottleNet for all of these years. They are the IT geniuses. George and Mike are the owners. Fantastic guys. They can do all of your IT. They can do a portion of your IT. They have the best Apple support team. Their response time is under 2 minutes. Think about that, under 2 minutes. Something goes sideways with your IT, and they are solving your problem. And they're solving your problem within 2 minutes. Now, let's talk about cybersecurity. Most companies in St. Louis don't have cyber liability insurance. You get hit, you're on the hook, you're probably out of business. With ThrottleNet, if we represent you, we protect you. The first $500,000 that someone hits you for, which isn't going to happen, but if it does, we pay it. $500,000, that's what you're covered for with ThrottleNet. Go to throttlenet.com/DGS for all the information.
At Neovitin, we are all about supporting your nutrition, and that's why we are excited about our new Neovitin Omega-3 supplement. Neovitin Omega-3 is formulated with 1,200 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids to help support healthy hearts. Our high-quality omega-3 fish oils are sourced from wild-caught fish and tested for heavy metals. With our convenient monthly subscription, you can get Neovitin Omega-3 delivered right to your door every month with no long-term obligations. Support your daily nutrition and sign up for a Neovitin Omega-3 subscription at neovitin.com today.
Well, I just ran into all the crew from Andrea's last night at a basketball game and said hello and wanted to pass along their holiday wishes to you. If you go to their website, andreas.com, not only can you have a great meal if you go to the restaurant this time of year, if you're celebrating anything, but go to the website to order great gifts. Their sauces are such a great gift idea. We're talking about $15 for the full Andrea's Trio gift pack on their website, which is their barbecue sauce, their famous steak sauce, and their salad dressing, all for $15 and a nice little gift package there too. That's a holiday special. If you go to Schnucks to buy them though, they're actually doing a promotional discount all through Christmas right now of 70% off the steak sauce. 70 cents off the steak sauce, $1 off both the barbecue sauce and the salad dressing. So this is a great time to try those sauces if you never have. I mean, you're not above getting the holiday gift pack and just giving it to yourself, right? I'm not going to say I've never done that kind of thing, but I don't know that you're going to say that publicly like I would. It's just okay. I'm just giving you permission to do that. Go to Andrea's.com and you can see all of those sauces right there and order them online. Or like I said, you can pick them up in the store right now. Schnucks Dearborn. Schnucks has that discount if you want to stop by.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Save up to 20% on a new HVAC system when you bundle it with attic insulation. 9 out of 10 homes are under-insulated. For a free estimate on attic insulation, visit aircomfortservice.com.
There are many ways to listen. Most choose radio. But have you tried streaming? Download the Odyssey app and you can stream 97.1 with one touch. Or try it touchless by telling your smart speaker to play it. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @Annie Frey Show.
Is this like you and an oatmeal cream pie?
Yeah, I'm on it now.
Yeah?
I'm on a bender.
Is this what's going on in your head?
Well, I'm only one bite in, so I'm not quite there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be there within a half an hour.
That's about right.
Yeah. Reardon's gonna walk right into it. I'm like, Reardon, you ready to go, man? Because I am. I know the show's over, but I'm ready to go if you need anything.
Almost slipped into Hulk Hogan there.
You hear that new Reardon Roundtable open? I did. Woo, I loved it.
That's Roger Rabbit. Anyway,
yeah,
now would be a great time to turn this back over to you.
All right, great. Todd, where are you? There you are, buddy.
You want to set the table for the people just joining us now who probably have already left?
Not really. We're playing X's and O's. Leah from the show is here being a contestant very graciously today with her dad. We thought this was a great time of year to do this. There's a really good, fun idea, and thanks for coming in, Tim. I'm getting a little sugar. That's what my grandma used to say.
I know, that didn't sound like the sugar cane kind of sugar.
Okay, stop it, Ryan. All right, Leah is winning right now. She has got the top. I can't look at your face, Annie. I can't. Leah's winning right now. She has the top right corner and the middle side, I guess. So XX, looking for a tic-tac-toe. Tim, it's just going to snowball if you keep doing this. Tim, try to get this back on track. Where do you want to go on the board?
Looks like I have to go to 9 for the block.
Indeed you do.
Bottom right.
Bottom right. Who is answering the question for you?
Well, Brad and I had a connection. The first one, let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Undeniable.
Yeah,
Leave it this one, right? I'm going to give you some sugar.
Oh, God. Brad.
Yeah, it's a strong connection. I can't wait for the hot tub scene.
This is weird. Ask the question.
Brad, Mizzou's got a football team this year.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Agree.
True.
Tim, agree or disagree? They beat 21st ranked Tennessee last weekend. As of right now, Mizzou only has lost 2 games this year. Give me one of the teams they've lost to.
Georgia.
That is easy. That's correct.
That is correct.
Tim, are you a Mizzou fan?
I went to school there, but
Say no more.
Wow, that counts.
I used to go to the games
Yeah.
because I used to do tickets. And as soon as I was done with the tickets, I left.
Over it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm from
I feel the
Illinois,
same way about
Chicago.
Mizzou. Yeah, I go ILL, folks.
He's a Cubs fan.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow. The
No
stock
sugar
just
for you.
Rose from
And the Illini.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Brad
a little
was
sugar.
going to give you his rose, but
How
now
much
he's
sugar?
not.
What's the amount of sugar for that?
2 tablespoons.
There's
It's
more
a lot
than
of
that in
sugar.
this. Gosh, I just want to eat it, but I'm hosting a game show.
Yes, this is the inner monologue.
Leah, it's back to you. Got a real game going here.
1.
Top left.
Back and forth. It's a tit for tat. as
For
you
the
might
block.
say. Leah, who's answering the question for you?
You're good. Just keep going.
I kind of wanted to ask you.
You can. I'm in this. I'm a professional.
He is a
I've said worse things on the air
You gonna
before.
go with the tit or the tat?
And you did a live while doing it, too.
I'm going to go with Annie.
Let's do this now. Get it done. Come on.
Okay.
Run the show, host.
In a game between the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers, former NHL player Adam Johnson's neck was slashed by a skate.
Yeah.
And he died on October 28th.
Yeah.
There has now been an arrest in this case, which happened on the ice in which country?
I know the story. So there's two guesses. Canada or United States. And because I like the United States more, I'm going to pick the U.S. That's the only reason.
Leah?
I'm going to disagree.
That's a good call.
Leah, that is correct. You are right.
The old Nottingham Panthers of Pittsburgh.
It was
I didn't
neither.
even know who he was talking
Yeah,
about.
it was neither the United States nor Canada. It was Nottingham Panthers, Sheffield Steelers. That would be England or UK. Yeah. All right.
So where does it was
England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're making me sound stupider than I really was in there. I was trying to help Leah out. With a block, another block.
Mm-hmm. Tim?
All right, another block, number 2.
All right, back and forth. It's a tit for tat.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Who's answering?
12-year-old
Trisha.
Ryan
Right
Wiggins.
on.
Trisha? You have gotten one of these special ones. Yeah, there's audio associated with this question.
Yay.
Remember last week we talked about a former sitcom star? Another different former sitcom star speaking at a rally this Tuesday wasn't messing around. This Jewish actress had this to say at the March for Israel.
We see naked, virulent Jew hatred being disguised as a noble call for liberation, and we reject it.
Trisha, who is speaking and what sitcom was she the co-star of?
Ooh, all right, Tim. Wink, wink. I'm going to say Tim Allen Home Improvement.
Oh, man. Jim, this is tough.
Now, if she had said Tim Allen, I think I would have agreed, but otherwise I'm going to disagree.
You're going to disagree with that. Boy, that's a surprise. That's correct. Does anybody know the answer?
Is it Deborah Messing?
Yes, I had a clue in
Was
there.
it Will and Grace? No, Matt.
Yes.
Yeah, Will and Grace.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I said she wasn't messing around. Anybody? No? Okay. All right. All right. The board is still a tie.
Ooh. This is a great
This
battle.
is a good game.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to go with 8.
Obviously.
Bottom middle.
Who's answering?
I'm going to take your person. I'm going to go with Brad.
All right.
Ooh.
This is my last one.
All right, Brad.
Remember our connection.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a Cubs fan. I remember.
You have stumbled into sound. This is AI. Real quote from the week. Run through AI software. Tell me who said this.
Our social media analysis unit has ramped up its monitoring of sites to catch incitement to violence, direct threats to others.
Ooh.
That's the clip.
So, that is New York's Governor Kathy Hochul.
Fast.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, that was Tim Allen.
It was not Tim Allen.
That was JTT.
Kathy Hochul. She's the governor of New York.
Matthew Lawrence.
I think I'm going to agree because you sound pretty confident.
Well, here's who said it.
Our social media analysis unit has ramped up its monitoring of sites to catch incitement to
Another
violence,
block.
direct threats to others.
Thought that was going to be a trickier one because of the Nikki Haley stuff this week. But Brad was on it.
I don't think either of us can get a...
Well, then we're going to go for total squares. So
Okay.
it's all going to come down to these last two then.
This went a lot better than I thought it was going to.
It's going to be a great weekend for Leah. No matter what. All right, Tim, it's back to you.
All right, we'll go 7, bottom left.
Number 7. We're
Annie.
down to either Annie or Trisha.
I'll do Annie this time.
Annie,
All right, Annie.
leaders of a House of Representatives select committee called out Apple TV this week, questioning Apple CEO Tim Cook about why they chose to cancel Jon Stewart's show called The Problem with Jon Stewart. They implied that the problem with Jon Stewart was canceled over his criticism of the government of which foreign country?
Say that again? This is a massive question.
So the House Select Committee
A lot of words.
was questioning Apple,
Uh-huh.
saying, why did you cancel Jon Stewart? Was it because he was criticizing this foreign country?
China.
China. Tim.
So, Annie, was it China or China?
It was one of those. It was a China.
I'm going to disagree.
Disagree. Okay. The answer was China.
Oh, no. It was a total
China.
guess.
It was.
no.
Yes.
Leah. Oh,
no. Man.
Now, if Leah gets this last square correct, she's got a tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
And it's
Running away with it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she does have the most X's. So, Leah.
I think she's got this thing about locked up.
Let's see about square number 4. And I think Trisha?
Yep.
Okay, Trisha. A U.S. House rep is under renewed scrutiny for using campaign funds to pay for adult websites and facial cosmetic injections, according to an ethics committee report this week. Which House rep was it?
Ooh.
Matt Gaetz.
Was it Matt Gaetz? I really don't know.
She's just hoping it was.
It's Joe Biden.
House member?
He doesn't know. Why would I?
I'm going to disagree.
Wow, amazingly, that is correct again. Great job.
Mr. Santos?
It was Mr. Santos. George Santos.
You know what? I don't know. I did not know any of that because I won't spend any time with another George Santos headline. I'm
It's amazing.
overdone.
It's constant.
Because what needs to happen there, I mean, I guess they're going to expel him or something like that.
It looks like they might.
Or he can resign, whatever. But, like, long time coming, I got no time for that dude. So, and it's a super close majority, and he flipped his seat from blue to red. So, the stakes are high.
Yeah, it is. That's it. That's the game,
Well,
and Leah
Tim,
is the winner.
You guys want to have a healthy, friendly family handshake here, or hug, or something like that?
High five.
High five.
Wow.
Feel the love.
Yeah.
A lot of love.
Going into the holidays.
Thank you for hanging out with us, Tim. It's a pleasure to have you in here, and your daughter, of course. Congratulations, Leah.
Thanks.
You made the AFS family proud. You probably made him proud as well. Stick around. We'll have the results of today's YouTube live chat poll when we come back.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of St. Louis Sinus Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Centers. Call 314-332-2885. 314-332-2885. That's 314-332-2885.
Join Mosby Building Arts every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. on 97.1 FM. Rich Orse and guests give insider tips about renovations, design, construction, exteriors, and more. Tune in to Right at Home with Rich on Saturdays or catch the podcast online.
You wouldn't trust a butcher to babysit your pet pig. You wouldn't trust a lumberjack to repair your antiques. Or a professional wrestler to be your massage therapist. So why would you trust anyone but AMCO to fix your car? For over 50 years, we've been the trusted experts in transmission repair.
AMCO offers easy payment plan options for most any credit situation, so you can fix it fast and pay it off slow at AMCO.
AAMCO.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And did we mention it's aluminum free? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 800 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 800. LumeDeodorant.com, code 800 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 800.
The Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll of the day is basically based around Joe Manchin's run for president, or maybe he doesn't. But if he does, as an independent, who does he help the most? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? Which one of those 4 do you think will win if Manchin does run? That's today's Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll of the day. Let us know your thoughts and leave a comment. It is 2:43. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Michelle Exner back with us.
We really need to take a macro look at our entire education system in America and figure out what we need to change to make sure that the next generation of Americans isn't supporting terrorists, they're supporting the good guys.
Weekdays from 3 to 6. This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
And I've said this before, so I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because A, the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late. And I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report. So I was like, I'm just going to make this up because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
We need, yeah, exactly, and do a better job of getting off the field. Like they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
So this is a sideline reporter for Fox Sports. Her name's Carissa Thompson. You guys don't watch football?
I didn't even. Are you talking about American football?
Brad,
I do every now and then. But
do you know who Carissa Thompson is?
I probably couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
She said that she makes up the sideline reports because sometimes she gets ditched by the coaches and there's nothing to report. So she makes up bologna sausage stuff that she can say. Why not just say, I approached the coach as I always do at halftime, and he was in too big of a hurry to give me any of the time. I'd imagine if he's going in the locker room right now, he's saying X, Y, and Z, and that they need to be better on third down and whatever it is. But the coach didn't seem to have the time to give to you, the listener, and so we'll have to see how his second half plays out based on what he has to say to his team in the locker room. Why make it up? And why admit to people that you're making it up?
Literally say anything in that 30 seconds that you get. You're a reporter. You can talk about the game that's being played. Your job isn't just to get a comment from a coach. You can do many, many other things. But I gotta say, I heard that today, and it really made me question how much of that is actually happening. And that's probably what everybody's freaking out about, is that now everybody's going, oh, how many reporters are doing that? And how many reporters are doing that outside of just football?
Yeah. But I think the answer to that is how generic the answer that they get. But, of course, that's why she was able to do it, is because generally, the coach is out there and is like, yeah, you want to give 110%. You want to play good. You hope to play good. I think we played pretty good. It is what it is.
Play well.
Yeah, but coaches don't say that.
The smart ones do.
The reporter should correct them.
Yeah.
It's the same
Especially
thing
if
that
you're making it up.
It's the same thing that politicians do or pundits do. Like if you ever watch a spin room post debate or some big night, and they all go in there, they already know what they're going to say in those instances before the debate even happens. The stuff is so canned. You ask a question and they say, "Look," and then they say what they were going to say the whole time, or they say like, "Trisha, here's the deal, Ryan, the thing we need to focus on," and then you just go into your talking points. I'm kind of refreshed that she came out and was like, "Yeah, I made some of that crap up."
But refreshed or like confused about why would you
I
bring
think it's a
that up?
stupid personal decision,
Yeah.
but for the industry, I'm kind of happy that it's out there.
But okay, so her point was no coach is going to get mad that I made this up, so I just made it up. She said that. Okay, but if I'm a coach, I'm kind of mad about that. If I've got people out reporting that I'm saying, you're literally putting words in my mouth with my name attached to them.
I would just assume that
Even if they're generic.
the coach feels as though that conversation that they opted out of is so beneath them in that moment that it's not worthy of their time and is probably not going to rise to the unless she decided to go rogue and like really make some critical decisions and not just talk wallpaper in the sideline report. Is it necessary to have sideline reports?
No. It really does speak to how generic and stupid and worthless those things are.
Why?
Because all they're saying is, well, they need to play better in the second half. I just talked to the coach, and he agrees that they need to win the game.
I think they'd be better if they could, they're on the sideline. I overheard this. I overheard somebody saying that, picking up on stuff like that, reporting stuff you're not going to get on the broadcast.
It would be better to have an expert who can translate the game from the sideline, which could be a woman for sure. Doesn't have to be, you're talking about football. I think that people might hear that and go, well, that means that you're going to, that's the job for a female in a football game is to be a sideline reporter. And I say this as somebody who went to college to be a sideline reporter. I wanted to be a sideline reporter for sports. And then I got into it far enough, got my degree and realized, because I worked in sports talk radio first, that all of the action is on nights and weekends. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a family. So here I am. But suggesting that you could have somebody who was on the sideline who was interpreting what they were able to see and hear and observe from a very up close and personal position, but that person does look different than the way they have the side. Does it bother you, Trisha, at all that that's like the woman's job on a broadcasting team?
Not necessarily. I think that there are women that can. I think that whoever is doing that job, I think that there is value in that job if you're doing it well. I think this bothers me a little bit because it positions a woman to be a bit vacuous and like, oh, I don't know, I didn't bother finishing it up, so I just made it up.
Like your job is so important that you can literally make it up and nobody knows the difference.
Yeah,
that's what I do every day.
You know what would be valuable is if
here we go. Let's see the oatmeal cream pie talking.
If she was standing at an angle, she goes, "Well, I could see the coach's lips behind the clipboard. I know you couldn't, but I could, and I read lips, and here's exactly what he was saying."
I'm sure if they were going to do that, that's how it would go.
That's what I want to hear. Hire people who can read lips.
Did you say I can read lips and you can't?
That's what I want the reporter to say. Yeah.
Oh man, I just don't. I think it undercuts the industry, and I don't think there's any harm in having these sideline reporters, but it really negates the job of what they're all doing. And I am always kind of holding my breath on the sideline at the end of a football game because we watch Notre Dame football, and I will pay attention to what these reporters are doing and saying. It kind of, when they ask like really vague, stupid questions, they're not stupid questions, but it's just like you could draw it out of a hat and ask it. I'm always like,
do better, be better, give me more.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I heard that they sent, and I don't know if they do this in every sport, I assume they do, but I heard it about baseball, that they send these guys when they're about to make the big leagues to media training school to train them to say nothing. I mean, I think they're not saying we're going to train you to say nothing, but that's what they're doing. They're training them to come out, make sure they don't make any waves, and just get through those interviews.
I have a degree in it, and that was never involved. But I never went to go learn how to do absolutely nothing with your life. Sideline reporter school. So say nothing.
Well, they send those guys. Confirm or deny here that you've ever heard this. That they
Are you
send
saying the reporters or the coaches?
No, the players.
Okay.
They send
Yes.
the
They
players.
give them some media
Yeah, not the
training.
media, not the reporters.
I thought you were saying the reporters. Sorry.
No,
I
they send
misinterpreted.
those players to media training
Second
school
time I was
before
wrong
they
in the last 2 hours.
before they get to the big leagues or whatever level.
Have you ever seen Bull Durham?
If I have, it's been a long time. I don't
You got to
remember.
know your cliches. God willing, things will work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a whole part of that show or that movie that is Kevin Costner, who's the veteran catcher who gets sent down basically to get this new hotshot pitcher up to speed, who is Tim Robbins, and very funny, to teach him how to be ready for the big leagues. And part of that is a lesson on how to talk.
Well, I guess I'm watching Bull Durham this weekend. I was going to watch a bunch of fun Christmas movies,
such
but
a good movie.
I guess
It's
I got to
so
watch
good.
that.
Don't
now.
watch it with the kids.
Took words right out of my mouth, for sure. The YouTube live chat poll for today: who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? Biden, Trump, Manchin, or someone else? Ryan?
It's going to be Trump. Manchin pulls too much from Democrats. I just don't think there might be a little bit of pull from Republicans in the middle, but I really doubt that it would outweigh the amount of Democrats that it would pull from. So overall, that's a benefit to Trump, and Trump wins.
Brad?
I'm of the mind that it helps Trump. Trump's base is so crystallized around him that there's nothing really that can penetrate it. So his base is going to be what it is going to be, and the more people that come in and peel off voters from anywhere else, that helps Trump. So the more candidates in a general, the better Trump's odds.
Trisha, who wins if it is Joe Manchin running for president as an independent?
I think Trump. I'm with these guys. Same
Yeah?
reason. I think he pulls from Biden more than anything else.
Leah, you got any thoughts?
I'll say Trump too.
Trump? Well, I have the results here in our YouTube live chat poll for today. Who wins if Joe Manchin runs for president as an independent? 4% of the people believe Joe Manchin wins. Somebody out there. I think Joe Manchin might be voting in our poll.
You're saying there's a chance.
Hey, Joe. 7% said someone else. 26% said Joe Biden, and 63% say Donald Trump himself is the one who benefits. I agree with that. I think so. Although if it's Biden, Trump, Manchin, I almost think Manchin has a better shot.
Well, that's Manchin's best shot for sure.
Yeah.
So based on these results, we would all say Manchin 24.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I mean, clear. Like we played the clip from The Rock earlier when he's asked about supporters, people in his circle, by Joe Rogan.
I have friends who support Trump. I have friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come
well,
on.
No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes, and
Okay.
they're the progressive.
Right.
Isn't The Rock there saying that he does not have friends? Like, there's one thing that's for sure, and that's that The Rock has no friends supporting Joe Biden.
Yeah. The other thing that's important about that clip is that you have somebody who is a well-respected, well-known celebrity saying, I have friends who support Trump. They're not all crazy people like the media is painting them. Now, he didn't say that, but that to me comes through with that clip.
Yeah. Well, we will watch and see. And I don't think that his dodging of the questions like, are you going to run for president? He's going to say, I'm considering it, or I'm taking it under consideration, as long as he possibly can. I mean, it could be October of next year, and he'll be like, I'm praying on it. And then we'll see, write me in. Thanks for listening today. If you want to check out the Annie Frey Show podcast, you can get them wherever you get your podcast from, and subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We are considering doing live entertainment for our Christmas show, which would be the last show. I think it's the Friday before Christmas. And if you have thoughts on that or suggestions, you can message the Annie Frey Show Facebook page with things you'd like to see happen here, and it could be wild and crazy. We'll just get the right amount of oatmeal cream pies for Ryan Wiggins to make it happen.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a few between now and then, too.
How many? It's not like a slow bribe. It's like a day of proposition.
Oh, that day?
Yeah.
10.
Mark Room next.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon, the Reardon Roundtable just around the corner. The green room has the panelists right now, Nick Schroer, Steve Butts, Jane Duker. We're going to have a blast. It's all coming up after Fox News.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to